Chapter 3741. Chen Shang had the three beasts search for the poisonous beast for the whole night, but they hadn't found it yet, so the number of poisonous beast were few. Early morning on the second day, Chen Shang came out of his room to see Zhang Jun and Yu Lorong anxiously walking over. These are 3 drops of sap from the divine tree. Zhang Jun handed over 3 faint golden beads to Chen Shang. This is the sap of the divine tree. Chen Shang took it and looked at it, and surprisingly, the juice had congealed into a pearl. We can directly eat it. Of course, you are an alchemist, you should know how to use it better than us. Zhang Jun laughed softly. Now that we have obtained the sap of the divine tree, we can rest assured. Zhang Jun and Yu Lorong were extremely worried the whole night, because they were worried that the giant hawk was raised by an old man from the golden fire tree. If it was really like that, they wouldn't be able to get the sap from the divine tree. Now that they had obtained the sap of the divine tree, they felt much more secure. Actually, those old fellows are very happy too. Our team only has 3 people. If it's a team with more than 10 other people, they would need to provide more sap from the divine tree. Yu Lorong laughed out loud. So if Tian Dongyu and Lu Xinyan do not withdraw from our team, they will definitely get a drop of it. Where are the venomous insect poisonous beast usually found here? Not too much, Chen Shang asked. He had searched through the 3 illusions for an entire night but to no avail. Sometimes a lot, sometimes you can't see one for a long time. Yu Lorong said. This is something that we have always felt was very strange. Poisonous insect poisonous beasts are usually in higher places. Zhang Jun looked at the layers upon layers of leaves above. If you arrange for us to patrol, our main job will be to find the poison insect poisonous beast. If we can't defeat them, we can notify the other teams. Suddenly, looks like these venomous insect poisonous beast are organized. Chen Shang frowned. Suddenly a lot of them appeared. It is possible that they were released to look for food. Zhang Jun said in a low voice, perhaps there are many nests of poison insect poisonous beast hidden within the golden fire tree. However, it is difficult for us to discover them. There's a high chance that someone is raising these beasts in these nests. Quote. It seems like we need to investigate more. Chen Zhang's illusion body was still on top of it and he continued to control it to fly upwards. The illusion body was still able to stay a long distance away from his body and he could still sense it. When Chen Shang returned to his room, he gave a drop of the sap of the divine tree to the Mei Jing sisters, and a drop to He Fengyuan so that they could see if they could replicate the sap of the divine tree. Chen Shang was also observing it himself and found it hard to see what it was directly from, so he decided to directly eat a drop of the sap from the divine tree. After eating it, not long later, Chen Shang felt a strange feeling from the sap of the divine tree. It was an indescribable but extremely powerful energy, and it was extremely unique in that there wasn't a lot of this energy, but it contained an extremely strong power. There is indeed some world-defying stage divine source qi. Chen Shang was secretly surprised in his heart. If there was enough sap from the divine tree, he would definitely be able to cultivate the divine origin qi. I feel that my legendary gas is a little stronger. Chen Shang had already experienced the benefits of the sap of the divine tree. I can't sense any medicine soul. He Fengyuan returned the drop of the divine tree juice back to Chen Shang. This golden fire tree is indeed very powerful. This kind of leaf must have been extracted from some place within the divine book. Zhang Sijing also returned the pearl back to Chen Shang. None of them noticed anything. He Fengyuan had also previously tried to contact the golden fire tree, but she did not succeed. She said that she could sense a sufficiently powerful aura from the tree soul, but the tree soul seemed to have fallen into a deep sleep and did not hear his voice. I need more of this sap from the divine tree and can refine it into a pill. There is an extremely high chance that I will be able to cultivate the divine origin qi. Chen Shang said. He still didn't know how to get the sap of the divine tree. Go and get some leaves. See if they can be extracted from them. He Fengyuan said. The leaves of the golden fire tree were all extremely large, and the smallest one was as big as a small courtyard. Furthermore, the leaves were extremely tough and hard to cut, so it wasn't easy to get them. Let me try. Chen Shang released an avatar and became a small one. Riding on his 6 realms mirrors, he flew up and picked a relatively small leaf. After that, he used the heavenly magic sword and struggled to cut off a huge leaf. He placed it into a storage divine tool, and then carefully returned. On the way back, he met 2 patrolling teams, which Chen Shang guessed were there after sensing the qi. I wonder what punishment there is for slashing leaves all over the place. Chen Shang looked at the huge tree trunk. He was not sure if his penetrating abilities could penetrate into the big tree. He immediately sent his clone to try to penetrate it. It was strange that he could not do so. Could it be that I inherited the oldest tree's penetrating ability because of this? Chen Shang also did not understand. He could only give up, and let his clone return quickly. After the clones returned, he had them cut that leaf into small pieces in the Divine Sense Sea world and then placed it into the furnace to start burning. We need to enter the time array. Chen Shang only used his flame to refine it. He knew that this leaf would require a long time to be refined. Chen Shang burned inside the time array for 50 years before he finally refined all of the leaves into energy. This golden fire tree is too powerful, just the leaves contain that much energy. Chen Shang understood why the venomous insect poisonous beast here were so strong. After those venomous insect poisonous beast ate the leaves, they could digest the energy in the leaves and use this energy to strengthen themselves. Can you get anything out of it? He Fengyuan asked. I don't know, I'm in the process of condensing a core. Chen Shang used the Huajing Dan grain and then placed a large amount of Tao creation divine crystals inside, waiting for the pill imprint to awaken. After he came out of the time array, Yularong and Zhang Jun came to find him. This is truly strange. A leaf was cut off by someone. Zhang Jun said. Now that the elders have increased the number of patrolling teams, we will go together. That leaf was actually chopped off by Chen Shang. He had chosen a more difficult place, and it had only been half a day, but it had already been discovered. Since there are so many leaves here, isn't it normal to drop one or two? Chen Shang said. Chen Shang knew that the leaves were extremely tough, they were not easy to fall off. The reason he asked was because he wanted to see how the people here knew that the leaves were being chopped off. This is abnormal. The leaves of golden fire trees have never fallen, and once they grow out, they will not fall off. You also saw it last time, we couldn't let the leaves fall even after such an intense battle with that giant eagle. Zhang Jun said, once the leaves of the golden fire tree disappear, the elders would be able to sense it. Chapter 3742. Golden Fire Tree have tree soul. With an elder protecting that place, they would occasionally use the tree soul to sense the situation of the golden fire tree, Zhang Jun said. Let's go, we'll go and patrol right now. Quote. Chen Shang immediately followed Zhang Jun and Yularong up into the sky. Zhang Jun brought Chen Shang and Yularong to the place where the leaves had been cut off. Will not the sap of the divine tree flow out? Chen Shang was puzzled the entire time. His clone did not notice any leaves flowing out after he chopped off the leaf. No, the sap won't flow out of the tree in this way. Even if you split the trunk, it would just be as dry as cutting a rock. Zhang Jun said. Ever since the giant eagle appeared, such a strange thing happened again. In the past, at most some of its leaves were bitten off by poisonous insect poisonous beast, and this is the first time that a whole leaf has disappeared in a short period of time. Quote. Although Chen Shang knew how leaves disappeared, he still had to follow along and patrol. After patrolling for an entire day, Chen Shang sent his clone into the time array to check on the situation of the cauldron. We have consumed 2 million Tao creation holy crystals. Chen Shang took a deep breath. He had put 5 million Tao creation divine crystals in the Tianchuang furnace, and there were only 2 million now. Chen Shang suddenly felt that this golden fire tree's leaf was a treasure. It's just not easy to get it. Chen Shang continued to patrol with them, but did not find anything. 3 days had passed and the furnace had not been completed yet. It was mainly because the world-defying Dan grain had not awakened. Now, he had already put in more Tao creation's divine crystals. In these past few days, he had used up nearly 8 million of them. Alright, we can rest now. Zhang Jun received the notice and withdrew with Chen Shang and Yularong. After returning to his residence, Chen Shang returned to his room. He actually used so many Tao creation divine crystals. I wonder if it's a good thing. Chen Shang waited somewhat anxiously. Half a day later, the world-defying Dan grain finally awakened as a total of more than 9 million Tao creation divine crystals had been used up. He took out a shiny golden pill from the pill furnace. This pill was refined from a single leaf. Let's call it the gold fire pill. Chen Shang was a little excited, and then he swallowed the pellet. After eating this pellet, he could feel an energy similar to the sap of the divine tree coming towards him. This energy could quickly refine itself and fuse with Chen Zhang's divine sense sea, strengthening the legendary gas in the divine sense sea. It's slightly stronger than the energy hidden in the sap of the divine tree. Chen Shang was more satisfied. The only thing that was lacking was that it took up too much of the Tao creation holy crystals, and only after consuming close to 10 million Tao creation holy crystals could one refine one pellet. Hu Jingyuan, who was inside the 6 realms mirrors, came out. His cultivation had risen a lot, and Chen Shang told him about the divine tree sap. The sap of the divine tree is extracted from the divine tree. The extraction process is rather complicated, but it can still be extracted in the end. If we can eat a lot, we can indeed cultivate world-defying stage divine source. Hu Jingyuan said, and the fruit of the divine tree is something that can make it easier for people to cultivate the primordial qi. Fruit. Chen Shang did not know that golden fire tree could still bear fruits. Of course, I was able to cultivate world-defying stage divine source qi, all thanks to the fact that I was able to eat the fruits. Hu Jingyuan laughed. So this is my luck. And the fruit I'm eating is an extraordinary fruit. Quote. What do you mean by extraordinary fruit? Chen Zhang's heart was moved. If there was such a good thing, he would definitely go and get it. That is Fruit King. At first, everyone thought that there was a problem with the fruit, but then they wanted to find out what exactly was wrong with it and if there was really a problem with it. Hence, they asked someone to try it out. Hu Jingyuan laughed. I ate an entire fruit before I managed to cultivate world-defying stage divine source qi. The leaves of this divine tree are so big, so the fruit must be quite big. Chen Shang asked anxiously. It's not too big. How about we have a watermelon like this? The main thing is that after a flower blooms, it will produce over 100 holy fruits, and the one I am eating is the Fruit King. Not every flower can bear fruit. This is a very rare situation, so my master and the others did not know about it. They will only regret it after I eat it. Hu Jingyuan laughed. Old Hu, I have to say that your luck is really good. Chen Shang said. Not good at all, am I not wasted now? I have to start all over again. When Hu Jingyuan talked about this matter, he felt extremely depressed and unlucky. Don't worry, with your natural talent, you'll surely be able to recover to the peak very quickly. Chen Shang laughed. Don't comfort me, I know how difficult it is to cultivate world-defying stage divine source qi. Hu Jingyuan sighed. It's impossible for me to have that kind of luck again. Old Hu, do you know where the sacred fruits are? Chen Shang asked. You want to steal it? Hu Jingyuan wasn't surprised at all by Chen Zhang's thoughts, because he knew what kind of person Chen Shang was. No, Chen Shang laughed. I'm just curious. Even if you want to steal, you don't have the ability. Hu Jingyuan said, you should give up. These elders are all people who have cultivated the world-defying stage divine source qi. It is said that every flower is guarded by 10 such elders, and if they are close to the end of the flower, the number of elders would increase by a dozen or 20. Quote. Where are the fruits? Chen Zhang's heart itched. There were at least 100 fruits in the end. Of course, the elders will divide it. In short, other people do not have a share. The elders will eat the fruits themselves to increase their strength, and they will also give the most excellent disciples to eat, and use that to strengthen their own power. Hu Jingyuan sighed. My master is one of the elders, he has many disciples. And even Gold Firefighter do not have the chance to eat the holy fruit. Quote. Chen Shang felt that the divine pellet he refined with the leaves could also help him cultivate the energy of the world-defying stage divine source, it just needed to be eaten more. Chen Shang went outside and looked at the huge leaves and so many leaves that were in all directions. As long as he had time to refine them, he would definitely be able to use them to break through. Chen Shang, the tree soul of the divine tree might have already been sealed and then controlled by those elders. That way, they would know the situation of the divine tree and when the fruit will appear. He Fengyuan said, if I can find out where the tree soul is, I might be able to get divine soul to give you some things. He Fengyuan felt that the existence of these huge divine trees must be hiding some kind of secret. Previously, she was unable to sense the tree soul, which made her suspicious. Chapter 3743. Chen Shang also felt that the tree soul on the divine tree could not control itself. Such a powerful divine tree, the tree soul would definitely not be weak, but it was still sealed tightly. The same goes for the other divine trees as well. He Fengyuan said, right now, it's impossible for you to obtain the holy fruit. Don't go for now, it's very dangerous. I know. Chen Shang nodded his head. Old man Yu has a very high position here, I might be able to get it from him. It was not that easy to cut off leaves now, as many Gold Firefighter were patrolling the area. Elder brother Shen, are you looking? Yu Lorong walked over and asked. Let me see the leaves. Chen Shang laughed. Why are these leaves so big? There must be a lot of energy contained inside and we humans cannot absorb the energy inside, but the poisonous insect and poisonous beast can. That's true. Beasts are also very strong. This could be their innate talent. Yu Lorong laughed. Chen Shang and Yu Lorong continued to chat. Suddenly, an elder appeared. Li Rong, your grandfather is back. He's not doing very well. The old man's expression was ugly. Quickly, come over. After Yu Lorong finished listening, his expression also became heavy. He asked Chen Shang to follow him to see his grandfather. It will be fine. Chen Shang patted Yu Lorong's shoulder. Yu Lorong took heavy steps and followed the old man into a hole in the tree trunk. After walking a distance, he arrived at a room. Yu Weizhou's face turned green, his eyes closed. He laid on the bed, his aura weak. Grandfather. Yu Lorong walked over and shouted in grief. Li Rong, your grandfather exchanged blows with a strong enemy and received heavy injuries. We found him in a river. There were a total of 10 people that went with him, and they were all elders with decent cultivations. However, 4 of their life orbs had already shattered, so it was not bad that your grandfather could still come back. The whereabouts of the other 5 elders are unknown. An old man said. Your grandfather is severely injured, and we're powerless to help him. The old man sighed. Yu Lorong looked at Chen Shang, his face full of help. Let me take a look. Chen Shang pressed his hand on Yu Weizhou's chest, inspecting his injuries. The few elders here knew that Chen Shang was Yu Lorong's friend and knew that Chen Zhang's strength was not bad. Now that they saw Yu Lorong placing all his hopes on Chen Shang, they were secretly curious about Chen Zhang's identity. A moment later, Chen Shang said with a grave expression on his face, the injury is serious and all the bones in his body have been shattered. The entire divine sense sea is in an even more chaotic state and it is difficult to find your grandfather's divine soul. Elder brother Shen, you must have a way. Save my grandfather, Yu Lorong anxiously said. If Chen Shang had not stopped him, he might have already knelt down. I will try my best, Chen Shang said, but we need to find a new place with sunlight, go outside. This was the inside of the tree trunk, where the sunlight could not reach. Those elders could only let Yu Lorong arrange things as he wished. After all, that was Yu Lorong's grandfather. Yu Lorong moved Yu Weizhou to their residence on the tree branches. The elders had already left. They promised Yu Lorong that they would not let their team do anything during this period of time. Here, only Chen Shang, Zhang Jun and Yu Lorong were left. Elder brother Shen, why did you come to this place? Yu Lorong asked. Does sunlight really help my grandfather recover? Of course not, I'm only here to escape, Chen Shang said in a low voice. Yu Lorong immediately thought of something. Your grandfather and the rest of the 10 are the most powerful and strongest 10 out of the golden fire tree. Now that there are 4 dead, 5 missing, your grandfather is severely injured, Chen Shang said. Just now on the road, you also asked those elders. Besides grandfather, you should know who the 5 people who are still alive are, right? They don't usually have any enmity with my grandfather, the elders within our golden fire tree are all very united. Yu Lorong knew what Chen Shang was suspecting. Well, that's just my guess. Now, you will only know when your grandfather is cured. Also, you must pay attention to the news of the golden fire tree during this period of time. If those 5 elders who are still alive return, come and notify me immediately. Quote. Zhang Jun guarded this place while Yu Lorong went out to investigate. Chen Shang entered the time array. His injuries are very serious, I hope the rebirth powder are useful to him. Chen Shang immediately began to refine rebirth powder of the highest quality, he needed to use all of his strength to refine the highest. Yu Weizhou was a ranker who managed to cultivate world-defying stage divine source qi, his body was strong in the first place, and the quality of the rebirth powder he needed was also extremely high. Chen Shang had been refining in the time array for close to 100 years, and after condensing the pill, he would start to awaken the pill pattern, which also required a lot of time. Captain, what's going on outside? Chen Shang asked. There's already a little bit of information. Those 5 elders who are still alive are at the other divine trees. Zhang Jun said, this was news that Li Rong just found out. Chen Shang returned after waiting for quite a while. Elder brother Shen, how is your grandfather's condition? When Yu Lorong saw Chen Shang, he asked anxiously. I am in the midst of refining pills. I will only know after I have finished. Chen Shang said. Did you find out the latest news? I got a bit of information. Weren't the other experts from the other divine trees also in a hurry to leave a while ago? It's the same for Golden Fire Tree. Right now, I heard that only half of the people in those divine trees are able to return alive. Yularong frowned. Looks like there's a big problem with this matter. Right, Old Hu's master has always been here. Yularong said. The 5 surviving elders of the Golden Fire Tree have returned. They are still at the other divine trees and will be back soon. Chen Shang said. We have to leave. If they really have problems, it will be hard for us to escape. I'll talk to the elders here. Tell them that you need to bring my grandfather to a place where he can be treated. Yularong said. Right now, they are all powerless against my grandfather's injuries, so they will definitely let me. Captain, you will stay here. We need you to gather information here. Quote. After the 3 of them agreed to it, they immediately took action. Those elders all agreed for Yularong to bring his grandfather to other places for treatment. Chen Shang and Yularong were not far from the Golden Fire Tree, and it was also convenient for them to look for Zhang Jun. We have already refined the rebirth powder. I hope it will be of some use. As long as we can stabilize Old Man Yu's divine sense C, there won't be any problems in the future. Chen Shang soaked Yu Weizhou in a jade vat, and then poured in a large number of rebirth powder. Lastly, he would heat up the water in the jade vat. This would allow Yu Weizhou to quickly absorb the rebirth powder's medicinal power. Chapter 3744. Chen Shang felt that Yu Weizhou was not injured during the battle, but was ambushed instead. To a strong ranker like Yu Weizhou, the only person who could sneak attack him was someone that he trusted the most. Therefore, Chen Shang guessed that those elders who went with Yu Weizhou had launched a sneak attack. He should be able to recover quickly like this. The moment Old Man Yu wakes up, he'll know who injured him. Chen Shang put Yu Weizhou inside the time array. Xiao Shanglan said, this old man isn't weak. Even if he's a sneak attack, he needs a lot of strength to injure him. According to Yularong, the elders that were going with Yu Weizhou were at most slightly stronger than Master Yu. Moreover, several elders have died. Quote. This is also what I'm very curious about. Chen Shang had the nagging feeling that someone else was fighting, and someone was much stronger than Yu Weizhou. It was already rare for Yu Weizhou to be able to escape. After all, his injuries were severe. Yularong was asking around outside. When he saw Chen Shang coming out from the time array, he immediately went up to him to inquire about the situation. Elder brother Shen, can grandfather really get well? Yularong was very worried. It was always Yu Weizhou who brought him everywhere to treat strange injuries. Over the years, he had often been with his own grandfather, and their relationship was deep. You don't have to worry about getting better. Chen Shang smiled confidently. It's only a matter of time now. Right, what kind of news did you hear from the outside? Quote. Those elders are back, Yularong said. After they came back, and found out that you and I had brought grandfather away, they were extremely furious and even blamed the captain. They have already stripped the captain of his position as Gold Fire Fighter, and the captain has now been kicked out of the Golden Fire Tree. It seems like they are the traitor. Chen Shang snorted. These people must be doing something shady behind the scenes. Isn't it? The captain also said that he became even angrier when he found out that the eagle had been killed by us. Yularong said coldly, it must be those guys who injured my grandfather, and they even raised that giant hawk and the large number of venomous insect poisonous beast. Zhang Jun had already been chased out of the Golden Fire Tree and learned quite a few things from him. That can't be wrong. However, I feel that the ones who injured your grandfather are not those fellows. They do not have the strength to do so. Chen Shang frowned. Now, it was certain that the giant hawk was raised by the 5 Golden Fire Tree spy elders, and this kind of beast was only found in beast creation race. Who else? Yularong hurriedly asked. Elder brother Shen, you must tell me. Once I become strong, I will take revenge for grandfather. And the beast creation race, but I can't be sure it was them. If it's really them, then their strength is even more terrifying than I imagined. Chen Zhang's expression turned serious as he sighed. We'll only find out after Old Man Yu wakes up. I have already ordered the captain to continue investigating outside. Yularong said. His connections are wider than mine. That's good. Chen Shang looked at the Golden Fire Tree not far away and said, those fellows might have already sent people to find us. When you go out, pay attention to hiding your tracks. Yularong nodded. At night, Chen Shang released 3 illusions from his room. He let the illusions fly to a very high altitude and arrived above the Golden Fire Tree. In any case, I'm no longer in the golden fire tree S, so chopping some leaves is no big deal. After Chen Shang selected a location, one of his clones turned into a very, very small bug, and quietly flew up onto the golden fire tree. His doppelganger came to a deserted place and started chopping down a large leaf. He told the three phantoms to let him wander, as this would allow him to proceed more smoothly. As long as someone came, he would stop and then cover the place where he was chopping down. When Chen Zhang's clone was chopping down the leaves, the disturbance was relatively large, but because there was no one around and he had hidden his own qi, it was not easy to detect. Occasionally someone would come over to patrol, and when his illusion discovered someone was coming over, he immediately stopped. His clone used an invisibility technique and couldn't even see him. After tormenting himself for an entire night, Chen Shang finally cut off a large leaf and let his clone bring it back. At daybreak, it landed in his original body's hands. Once a leaf was chopped off from the golden fire tree, it would be discovered by the elders, thus, there were a lot of people patrolling the golden fire tree. You two better study if there's any way for me to cut down these leaves. Chen Shang said. His clone was extremely tired. The stem of the leaf was as big as an ordinary tree, and the leaf was equivalent to an ordinary tree. Mei Jing's sisters, Xiao Shanglin and He Fengyuan were researching how to quickly destroy this kind of leaf on golden fire tree S. It could allow Chen Shang to cut leaves faster. Chen Shang needed more leaves to concoct pills now. This was the only way he could quickly cultivate the energy of the world-defying stage divine source. At this time, he was also refining rebirth powder S non-stop, soaking them in Yu Weizhou's water. Only when Yu Weizhou woke up would he be able to stop adding rebirth powder. Xiao Shanglin and the rest of the girls soon passed on the good news to Chen Shang. With our combined efforts, I can refine a kind of liquid. This liquid is also refined from medicinal herbs, and can quickly melt the roots of the leaves. He Fengyuan said. Fine, get me some more of this stuff, I'm going to pick more of these leaves. Chen Shang said. Actually, we don't need that much. We just need to refine this medicinal liquid into a large blade. After that, we can use the large blade to quickly cut off the leaves. Xiao Shanglin said. I will start right now. I can quickly complete it inside the time array. He Fengyuan and the others all had doppelganger mantra, so to be able to release two clones, they would definitely be able to do it quickly. After 2 days, Xiao Shanglin and the others had already refined a large blade for Chen Shang, but it was not permanent. Chen Shang tested and indeed, he was able to easily cut apart that huge leaf. And at this time, Yu Weizhou also woke up. Chen Shang immediately took out the jar that was soaked in Yu Weizhou's jade, and called him in. Grandfather. Yu Lirong anxiously shouted when he entered. Li Rong, Grandpa is fine. Yu Lirong was extremely weak, but he had a kind smile on his face. When he saw Chen Shang here, he felt more at ease. He had experienced tens of thousands of years and still couldn't cure Yu Lirong's strange injury, but Chen Shang had been able to cure it in an instant. Chen Zhang's position in his heart was extremely high. Master Yu, you need to rest more. Chen Shang replied, we are more at ease now that you have awoken. Chapter 3745. Chen Shang then placed a few rebirth powder into the jade vat. After Yu Weizhou woke up, he could absorb the rebirth powder's power even faster. This is truly a pretty good pill, to be able to help me recover so quickly. Yu Weizhou sighed. If it weren't for you, I might have already died. I am truly grateful to you for saving my life. What do you mean? We are friends. Chen Shang laughed. Yu Weizhou nodded. He felt that it was good to have such a friend. Grandfather, who actually injured you? Yu Lirong immediately asked. Are you talking about the 5 elders that returned alive? Yu Lirong told Yu Weizhou a few things simply. Not only those 5 fellows. The ones who died did too, but I killed them all. When Yu Weizhou talked about this matter, he was extremely furious. I never thought that they would actually want to hand over the golden fire tree. Out, to whom? Chen Shang already had an answer in his heart, but he didn't dare confirm it. Beast creation race. Yu Weizhou shouted angrily. This bunch of bastards actually became the dogs of the beast creation race. Chen Shang frowned slightly. He had already guessed that it would be like this, but he was still a little surprised. Does beast creation race have that kind of power? Chen Shang asked. According to what I know, the beast creation race does have a certain amount of strength, but it isn't strong enough to let those elders be lackeys. Those elders all cultivated the divine origin qi. Beast creation race has that kind of power. I was injured so badly because of beast creation race. Yu Weizhou looked at Chen Shang and said, Chen Shang, you come from outside medicine creation divine continent. Have you interacted with beast creation race before? It was not there at all. But later on, it became more complicated. Chen Shang told Yu Weizhou and the others in detail about how beast creation race broke the seal and came to most ancient era. Yu Weizhou lowered his head in thought. After a while, he said, the matter of the beast creation race is not that simple. You said that their scheme was to devour the entire most ancient era to make themselves stronger. Quote. Chen Shang nodded. If they really can swallow the entire most ancient era, including the few divine trees here, then it might be extremely possible. Yu Weizhou said, beast creation race's unique ability can quickly absorb the divine tree's energy. The giant eagles and the venomous insect poisonous beast that you guys mentioned previously came from the beast creation race, this has already been proven. Right now, it is difficult for us humans to directly absorb the divine tree's power. We can only absorb it through the divine tree's sap and divine tree holy fruit, but the sap and holy fruit are extremely limited. Quote. Chen Shang suddenly understood. The reason behind the betrayal of the elders is because they want to obtain this ability, right? Yu Weizhou nodded his head. Once they obtain this ability, they will be able to continuously obtain energy from the divine tree. Those leaves will no longer be useless. The beast creation race had this ability. If he wanted to obtain this ability, he would need the beast creation race to carry on the bloodline inheritance and become a beast. God creation race and fire creation sacred race will definitely do the same. Chen Shang thought about the God creation race he had met before. They were no longer restrained by the Chuangyuan Qi because they had already fused with the beast creation race's bloodline. From the mouths of those bastards, they felt that the beast creation race's bloodline was the most perfect bloodline. Yu Weizhou said, it's not only the golden fire tree that hides this kind of thing, there are other divine trees as well. Old Hu's master is in trouble. Chen Shang sighed. Yes, he is also a very principled person. He would definitely not agree to something like this. Right now, he is definitely in a dangerous situation. Yu Weizhou said, we need to work together. Chen Shang, can you promise me to go find Zuo Xingfeng? He must be injured too, I hope he doesn't die. Quote. Zuo Xingfeng was Old Hu's master. Sure, Chen Shang nodded his head. But I need to prepare a period of time, I need to cultivate world-defying stage divine source chi first. Yu Lorong looked at Chen Shang with a face full of surprise. He believed that Chen Shang saying this meant that he was confident enough to cultivate out divine origin energy. Elder brother Shen, did you find a way? Yu Lorong asked in shock. Yes, but I can't confirm it completely yet. Of course, it would be great if there was a divine tree holy fruit. Chen Shang said. The divine tree holy fruit has been tightly grasped by them, and I don't know how many years it will take for it to form again. I can't rely on that. Yu Weizhou shook his head. If Chen Shang could find a shortcut to cultivate divine origin qi, it would be an extremely shocking thing. Old Master Yu, has the golden fire tree S of the golden fire tree been sealed? Chen Shang was very curious about this matter. He also wanted to let He Fengyuan establish a connection with the tree soul and see what the golden fire tree would do. Yes, being controlled, I do not know how I did it, but in short, I did not participate in this matter, so even before I became an elder of the golden fire tree, a situation like this already existed. Yu Weizhou said. Is there any way to break the seal? Chen Shang felt that if the tree soul could regain its freedom, it would be helpful in preventing the beast creation race from absorbing the energy from the divine tree. I don't know, but Zuo Xingfeng has been studying this very closely. If he can find him, there might be a way. Yu Weizhou sighed. I'm worried that he's dead, he's a rare pill god. For Zuo Xingfeng to be able to concoct a legendary pill like the spirit communication pill, he must be very capable. I'll find him. Chen Shang patted Yu Weizhou's shoulders. He let Yu Lorong take good care of Yu Weizhou and then went inside the time array to refine some pellets. He needed to refine a large batch of rebirth powder for Yu Weizhou to absorb. He was in a hurry to pick the leaves. It's a good thing I have a clone. Otherwise, I really wouldn't be able to handle this. One of Chen Zhang's clones was refining a rebirth powder while his original body was refining a huge leaf. The other clone was picking the leaves. Master, that legendary mantra should be coming soon. Chen Shang asked. He was really looking forward to see how the legendary mantra looked like. Soon, not many days. Xiao Shanglin was also looking forward to it. I hope it will be of great use to us. Chen Shang said. Chen Zhang's clone moved during the night. In merely a moment, he harvested over 100 leaves, and then, he quickly escaped the golden fire tree. At this time, the people inside the golden fire tree had already exploded. In a short period of time, the people inside had taken away the white leaves. To the people who had lived in the golden fire tree for many years, this was a shocking matter. Everyone knew that the giant leaves on the golden fire tree were very strong. It was not easy to get one piece down, but now there were 100 less. It was understandable that he had stolen one or two of them from time to time. The elders were all dispatched to join the patrol. The first thing they did was to check out the actual content. Chapter 3746. The reason why Chen Zhang's clone returned so quickly was mainly because the medicinal liquid on his blade was already gone, so it was impossible for him to cut off the leaves easily. Wen and Zhang Jun heard the news, they were very shocked. They started to suspect Chen Shang secretly, but they did not know why they had such thoughts. "Grandfather, do you think that it was elder brother Shen who did it?" Yu Lorong said softly. "How is that possible? He spent the entire night concocting pills in his room, while his time array was constantly active, and his aura is also present." Yu Weizhou laughed. "But even if he did, there's nothing strange about it. Elder Yu, are those leaves really useless?" He was also a person that Yu Weizhou trusted the most. Back then, when Yu Lorong had become a gold firefighter, he was the one who asked Zhang Jun to bring Yu Lorong along. "It's useful to beast creation race, it's useless to people." Yu Weizhou shook his head. "What about the alchemist?" Yu Lorong asked. "I'm not sure either." Zuo Xingfeng said that it was useless, maybe he didn't find out. Yu Weizhou thought back to what Zuo Xingfeng had told him about refining leaves. At this time, Chen Shang came out of the room with a huge vat of rebirth powder. "Elder brother Shen, you have been concocting pills all night?" Yu Lorong asked with a strange expression. "If I don't forge pills, what else can I do?" Chen Shang laughed as he poured the bucket of rebirth powder into Yu Weizhou's jade vat. "I thought you were that leaf thief." Yu Lorong laughed. "How is that possible?" Chen Shang laughed as he denied it. "Elder brother Shen, you have hidden your strength. To be able to kill someone like Ke Yunxing, he must have cultivated a divine origin qi." When Yu Lorong thought about this, he couldn't help but exclaim in surprise. Yu Weizhou had already known about this a long time ago, and felt the same shock. "The main reason is that he is underestimating me, a pill refiner." Chen Shang smiled. "Even if I were to underestimate him, I wouldn't be able to get rid of him so easily." Yu Lorong curled his lips and said, "Elder brother Shen, you must be hiding your true strength." "All right, I am indeed strong. You should learn a little bit more and work harder. Only in this way can you counterattack when others want to trample on you." Chen Shang laughed. Yu Lorong nodded heavily. "I'm going to start concocting pills." Chen Shang returned to his room and continued concocting pills. He had already created many rebirth powder, which was enough for Yu Weizhou to use for a period of time. Now, he was using his 3 clones to refine the leaves and the legendary flame pill. "My Tao creation holy crystals might not be enough." Sighed. He had previously felt that with the 100 million Tao creation holy crystals in his possession, he would be able to use it for a very long period of time, but now he could only use it to refine 7 or 8 pellets. Moreover, Xiao Xianglin and the Mei Jing sisters needed to use both of them. Chen Shang planned to shamelessly borrow some from Yu Weizhou. Legend has it that the golden flame pill contains an extremely special energy. It can only transform and strengthen my own legendary gas, so the refining speed is very fast. Chen Shang quickly refined 3 pills. After consuming these 3 pills, he did not need long to refine them. He continued to refine another 5 crystals before stopping, because he did not have much of the Tao Creation's divine crystals left. After refining those 5 pills, he let out a long sigh. "It's still not enough. I still need to eat around 10 more pellets before I can convert the legendary gas into divine origin qi." Quote. "I've already grasped that legendary mantra." Xiao Xianglin brought back good news. "What kind of legendary mantra is it?" Chen Shang asked anxiously. "Let me familiarize myself with it first. This legendary mantra's power is quite unique." Xiao Xianglin said. "I will need some time to grasp it." "All right," Chen Shang said. "I will go out to get the Tao Creation's holy crystal to concoct pills first." When Chen Shang went out, he saw Yu Weizhou inside the time array and Yu Lorong guarding outside. "Elder brother Shen, my grandfather is much better now. He said that it won't be long before he recovers." Yu Lorong was very happy. "That's good. Chen Shang nodded his head. Li Rong, I lack the Tao Creation's holy crystals, I want to sell a few of them in exchange for the Tao Creation's divine crystals. I have one here. Yu Lirong anxiously gave some of the Tao Creation's divine crystals to Chen Shang. Although it was worth a few million, it was still not enough for Chen Shang to refine a legendary gold fire pill. Not enough. Chen Shang laughed. Tell me where the divine pellets are more convenient to sell, I'll go exchange for the Tao Creation's holy crystals. You want to sell the legendary God Dan? Yu Lirong asked in a low voice. Of course not, I'm selling the Extreme Heaven pill, the pill that can let a person reach the peak of world-defying stage legendary rank. Chen Shang smiled mysteriously. Elder brother Shen, this is too amazing. Yu Lirong was very excited. Can I eat it too? Of course you can. When your grandpa recovers, I'll let him guide you to eat. It'll be more useful. Chen Shang laughed. When Yu Weizhou came out of the time array, he was also very surprised. How much do you want to sell this kind of pellet? I'll buy a few for Li Rong. Chen Shang, don't you lack Tao Creation's holy crystals? Just name the price. Yu Weizhou laughed. With 200 million Tao Creation holy crystals, I can give you enough pellets to step into the peak of world-defying stage legendary rank with honor. I really lack Tao Creation's holy crystals right now. Chen Shang laughed somewhat embarrassedly. All right. Yu Weizhou straightforwardly gave Chen Shang a storage bag. Chen Shang also gave enough pills to Yu Weizhou to guide him in his cultivation. In any case, his injuries required him to be inside the time array. Chen Shang, you truly are astonishing. You even have such a pill. Yu Weizhou laughed. There's no helping it, if I cultivate properly and break through, who knows how long it would take. Chen Shang laughed and then ran into the room to continue refining the gold fire pill. Chen Shang felt that after he broke through, he would also be able to learn new legendary mantras and his own strength would be raised to a whole new level. Even if he met the elders inside the divine tree, he would have nothing to be afraid of. Master, how is the use of the legendary mantra doing? What kind of ability is that? Chen Shang was very curious. Don't be so anxious, I'm refining the Paternoster Soul Stone and you can cultivate the divine origin Qi. Xiao Shanglin laughed. Chen Shang was helpless, he could only obediently refine the legendary gold flame pill, in order to speed up his cultivation of divine origin Qi. Zhang Jun had always been in charge of investigating and gathering information. When he suddenly rushed in, Yu Lirong had already stepped into the peak of world-defying magic realm. Zhang Jun, what's the rush? Yu Weizhou asked. Not good, they are searching the entire city for us. Zhang Jun anxiously said. We need to leave quickly. They are here, Yu Weizhou said in a serious tone. Haha, Yu Lirong, Zhang Jun, you are really here, where is Chen Shang? Tian Dongyu laughed loudly as he entered. Following that, a few elders walked in. Tian Dongyu, Lu Xinyan, and a few other teams followed behind them. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. Chapter 3747. Zhang Jun saw that the group of people had arrived, and anxiously walked forward, then said to Yu Lirong behind him, Li Rong, take Elder Yu and leave first. I'll hold them here. Zhang Jun, you can't stop them by yourself. Yu Weizhou who was in the jade vat said. Tian Dongyu laughed. Zhang Jun, you traitors of the golden fire tree, you should behave yourselves. You scoundrel, shut your mouth. Although I, Yu Weizhou, am already severely injured, I have no problem killing all of you. Yu Weizhou was immediately enraged, his cold voice carried a burst of power that caused fear in people's hearts. Tian Dongyu's face paled and he hurriedly took a few steps back. Just now, he had been locked onto by Yu Weizhou's killing intent, causing him to feel extreme fear. A white-haired white-robed elder walked over, and laughed coldly. Yu Weizhou, I didn't expect you to wake up, what a miracle. Looks like that Chen Shang fellow is a pretty good alchemist. He was the one who cured the little trash Yu Lirong, right? Quote. Those people who followed over, were emotionally moved. They knew that Yu Lirong's strange injuries were extremely difficult to treat, but they never expected that it was actually Chen Shang who had healed them. Especially Tian Dongyu and Lu Xinyan, they had looked down upon Chen Shang back then, but never did they expect that Chen Shang was actually an outstanding pill god. Yu Lirong is already at the legendary peak. The old man looked at Yu Lirong and shouted. Everyone was shocked. Yu Lirong had only just entered the world-defying stage legendary rank, and not long ago, he had already reached the peak of his abilities. They thought of Chen Shang and felt that it was definitely because of the pill that Chen Shang had refined that he had broken through. Yu Lorong was secretly worried. They were currently in a very bad situation, yet Chen Shang was still in a closed-door cultivation. Tell me, how did you break through so fast? The old man's face was full of viciousness as he threatened, if you don't tell me, I will make your deaths miserable. It must be because that Chen Shang fellow refined some sort of pill to let him break through. Lu Xinyan said coldly, Elder, you must catch that Chen Shang. Back then, he was the one who killed the giant eagle, and the giant eagle is your beast pet. They also received 3 drops of sap from the divine tree. Quote. So the giant hawk was raised by the old man in front of him, causing Yu Weizhou to become even more angry. Zhang Xiaohao, you bastard, you must have been the one raising the venomous insect poisonous beast all these years, right? Yu Weizhou said angrily. You little bastards, sooner or later you all will become the food of those beasts that Zhang Xiaohao raised. You all are still following him now. Yu Weizhou, you old traitor, don't slander our elder. Tian Dongyu immediately scolded, if it weren't for your grandson and the others slaying his beast pet, we wouldn't have come to kill you today. You guys had a part in it back then. Zhang Jun laughed coldly. Moreover, you were the first ones to take action against that giant eagle. At that time, it was also the elders who ordered us to kill the giant eagle. Tian Dongyu and the others fell silent. Kill them all, Zhang Xiaohao shouted. They can't beat us, Yu Weizhou has not recovered from his injuries, this level of strength is not enough to threaten you, as long as we take down the 2 of them, it will be fine. Chen Shang should be inside. Tian Dongyu said, let's go take him down. Since he's able to kill the giant eagle, his strength definitely isn't weak. Let me pass. Zhang Xiaohao was an elder, and had cultivated God's Qi, he was the strongest. With him taking action, the juniors thought that Chen Shang would not be able to escape. Tian Dongyu and the rest immediately went up and waved their swords towards Yu Weizhou who was inside the jade vat, trying to slash him down. However, they were blocked by Yu Lorong and Zhang Jun. Zhang Xiaohao walked to the outside of the door and was about to open it, but he felt a strong presence coming from outside. Soon after, he saw an arm coming out of the door and going through Zhang Xiaohao's chest. Everyone was immediately scared until their minds went blank. They were originally attacking Yu Lorong and the others, but now they kept retreating, because the aura released from Zhang Xiaohao's arm was too terrifying, as if it could destroy the heaven and earth. Zhang Xiaohao was a very powerful elder, who was able to cultivate God's Qi. He had a very high position amongst the golden fire tree, and was a person that many young gold firefighter respected, but now his body was pierced through by a fist. Chen Shang walked out and saw that his arm was covered with red scales that were coiled around the red fire dragon, emitting a very threatening red aura. Chen Shang had already perfectly controlled the scarlet dragon fire arm now, it was not as inflated as before, and seemed to be even more coordinated with him. When everyone looked at Chen Zhang's scarlet dragon fire arm that was releasing a dense divine aura, they were all trembling in fear. This was the first time they had felt such a strong divine aura. Are you the one who raised the eagle? I'll send you to see him now. Chen Shang smiled slightly. The red fire dragon wrapped around his arm roared and poured into Zhang Xiaohao's body, releasing a strong flame and burning Zhang Xiaohao into ashes. Then, Chen Shang released 2 more clones, stopping the people that were following them. Yu Lorong and Zhang Jun were also extremely frightened. Chen Shang had truly cultivated God's origin Qi, and his strength was so terrifying. Chen Shang, what are you trying to do? You want to kill us? Tian Dongyu's voice trembled as his face filled with fear. No, I just think it's a waste for you to have this kind of power. Chen Shang took a step forward and smashed a palm into Tian Dongyu's abdomen, crippling him completely. You clearly know that Zhang Xiaohao is not a good person, yet you're following him and even bullying an injured old man. Today, I will not let you 2 off. Yu Weizhou had already told them earlier that Zhang Xiaohao was rearing poisonous beast. These people believed him, but they were not moved. Tian Dongyu fell to the ground as he vomited blood. His face was filled with hatred. He had been crippled. His formidable strength was unexpectedly gone just like that. This caused him to immediately go insane as he continued to shout non-stop. Let me do it. Yu Weizhou immediately jumped out of the jade vat and roared, releasing a tyrannical force that forced Lu Xinyan and the rest to kneel on the ground. Didn't you want to kill me, this seriously injured old man? Humph. Yu Weizhou roared angrily and sucked all of the blades over. Then, he blew away a burst of violent air currents and let the blades strike out, covering those people like a torrential rain. Shua shua shua, Gold firefighter who were extremely arrogant a moment ago were all killed by Yu Weizhou just like that. Elder Yu, you're alright. Chen Shang laughed. It's just that I'm feeling pretty good. I need to rest for a while, but it's more than enough to deal with these small fry. Yu Weizhou laughed. Brat, you really can cultivate this divine origin qi, moreover, your own strength is not weak. Let's get out of here. I must have exposed my aura just now. Chen Shang said. He had already seen from the illusion that there were many people flying over. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. Chapter 3748. Chen Shang placed all of them inside the 6 realms mirrors, and then left the place, leaving the golden fire tree behind. We know about the golden fire tree. Chen Shang said. At this time, the 6 realms mirrors was flying stealthily in the original location. Yes, looks like it's almost all being controlled by the beast creation race, sigh. Yu Weizhou sighed. All these years, I didn't care about the affairs of the golden fire tree, I didn't think it would become like this. Old Master Yu, you don't have to blame yourself. The situation in the other divine trees is definitely the same. This is something that beast creation race had planned for a long time. Chen Shang said. It's just that I didn't expect them to plan it out for so long. That golden fire tree was only grown so tall after many years of painstaking cultivation, could it be that it is going to be taken over and devoured by them? Yu Weizhou said. Definitely not, we have to stop them. If we let them take control of these divine trees, their strength will definitely rise to another level. When that happens, it will be even more difficult for us to deal with them. Chen Shang said. The people from the beast creation race are already here, but their actions have yet to begin. If the beast creation race wants to truly obtain the divine tree, they must first agree to the elders inside it, allowing them to possess the power of the beast creation race, the power to devour the leaves on the divine tree. It was not easy to obtain the beast creation race's bloodline. Chen Shang was very clear about this, if not a large group of elders would have started to eat the leaves long ago. And the experts of fire creation sacred race and god creation race would also be more unrestrained by the Chuang Yuan Qi. The current beast creation race is only starting to develop. Yu Weizhou nodded, and said, we must join hands with the others. Elder Yu, your injuries have almost recovered. How about this, I'll go to Zuo Xingfeng, you go find someone else. Chen Shang said. Alright, this is something that I communicated with Zuo Xingfeng, if we get near, the leaf will float, and I will bring you to him. Yu Weizhou passed Chen Shang a light golden leaf, as if it was made of gold. Alright, I'll go look for him now. You guys have to take care of yourselves. Chen Shang patted Yu Lorong's shoulder. Elder brother Shen, you have to be careful as well. At this time, Yu Lorong really admired Chen Shang. He was able to concoct pills that could help him cultivate divine origin qi. Chen Shang immediately went on his way to look for Zuo Xingfeng. My master will definitely be fine. Hu Jingyuan was also very worried inside the 6 realms mirrors. Chen Shang originally only wanted to go to the golden fire tree to look for Yu Weizhou, but he didn't think that so many things would happen. Maybe the K Yongxing from before would cooperate with the beast creation race as well. Chen Shang replied. It's just that this guy was killed by us. It can't be wrong. Hu Jingyuan snorted. It's all because of this bastard. Otherwise, I wouldn't have ended up like this. When Hu Jingyuan saw that Chen Shang had successfully cultivated God's origin qi, he felt a lot more at ease. At least, this time, when he was training his new technique, he would not encounter any difficulties, he just needed Chen Zhang's help. Yu Weizhou had told him a few clues about Zuo Xingfeng's location before. In the past, they were all in the same region. Chen Shang used a few days of time to arrive at this mountain range. He discovered that many mountains had collapsed and the ground was covered with cracks. Zuo Xingfeng is not here. Chen Shang took out that leaf, but the leaf did not float up. If Master was still alive, he definitely wouldn't have gone to this place where the battle had happened. He must have gone to some other place. Should we take a look at the area where the purple fire tree were? Hu Jingyuan said. Alright, Chen Shang immediately went, and on the way, Xiao Shonglin came out of Yuyao Mountain Villa. Chen Shang, that legendary mantra's Paternoster Soul Stone. Xiao Shonglin handed a Paternoster Soul Stone over to Chen Shang. Chen Shang excitedly ate it, then smiled. What incantation is this? Profound Feng mantra, Xiao Shonglin said. This incantation is very strange. It can change your body into a gust of wind and move quickly, and you can also release strong wind when you attack. This kind of wind can fuse with different types of energy. Oh, Chen Shang closed his eyes, trying to feel the profound Feng mantra. After that, he casually swung his palm, releasing a very berserk wind. It really is terrifying, Chen Shang exclaimed as he looked at the gale that was moving far away. Then, he struck out with a gust of wind again. A large area of fire was engulfed by the wind brought by the raging roars, turning the ground into a sea of fire and turning into ashes wherever it went. When in battle, you can display strength that is not weak. As for turning him into the wind, you can try. With that said, Xiao Shanglan entered the Yuyao Mountain Villa. Chen Shang withdrew his 6 realms mirrors and with a thought, he felt himself becoming very, very light before quickly floating. The speed at which he was flying was shockingly even faster than when his 6 realms mirrors was flying. I wonder if it can penetrate some barrier or something. Chen Shang asked Xiao Shanglan. Sure, right now you are the wind, as long as it's not a spirit formation or a spirit formation to block the wind, you can easily enter it. Furthermore, after you transform into the wind, you will no longer have any other auras. Quote. This legendary mantra is really powerful. Before, even if Chen Shang was invisible, he would have still revealed an extremely weak aura. Furthermore, his penetrating abilities were no longer effective, as many enchantments were not so easy to penetrate. After Chen Shang turned into a gust of wind, he only used 1 day to arrive at the area where the purple fire tree were. He approached the purple fire tree and took out a golden leaf. The golden leaf floated above his palm. Great, Zuo Xingfeng is here, why didn't I think of that before? Chen Shang immediately followed the direction that the golden leaf pointed to. Half a day later, he came to the side of a river, where many different-sized boats were anchored. When Chen Shang boarded a boat, everyone inside immediately became vigilant. Who is it? A low voice full of vigilance sounded. Senior Zuo, I am Chen Shang. Old man, you told me to come find you. Chen Shang revealed that piece of golden leaf. A short, skinny old man in a black robe and hood peeked his head out of the cabin. He was extremely excited when he saw the golden leaf. What happened to old you now? Is he still alive? Zuo Xingfeng waved his hand, producing a suction force that dragged Chen Shang into the cabin of the ship, and then the boat started to move. He's still alive. He was originally severely injured, but I've already cured him. Chen Shang laughed. You are the young pill god who cured Li Rong. My apologies. Zuo Xingfeng also admired Chen Shang a lot because he could not do anything about Yu Lirong's strange injuries from before. Chen Shang immediately let Hu Jingyuan out. Master. When Hu Jingyuan saw Zuo Xingfeng, he immediately broke down in tears and told Zuo Xingfeng about his and Meng Tianao's evil deeds. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. Chapter 3749. Zuo Xingfeng sighed, patted Hu Jingyuan's head and said, amongst all of my disciples, you are the most honest one. The other guys, all of them betrayed me, these bastards. K Yunxing, this bastard is also a beast slave. Good kill. Just like Yu Weizhou, Zuo Xingfeng was also a person who was unwilling to surrender to the beast creation race. He was slightly better off than Yu Weizhou. Master, you and I were worried about you. I thought you wanted Elder Yu to suffer the same injury. Hu Jingyuan said. I wasn't as aggressive as him, so I didn't fight with those guys. Old Yu probably killed a few guys and was also heavily injured. It's a good thing we met some experts, if not he might have left before me. Zuo Xingfeng looked at Chen Shang with admiration. Old Zuo, I'll leave old Hu to you. Chen Shang said. I will give him some pills, so that his breakthrough will be much smoother later on. Then I can't thank you enough. Zuo Xingfeng said. Master, Chen Shang used the pills he refined to cultivate his divine origin qi. Oh right, he used the big leaves on the divine tree to refine pills. Hu Jingyuan said. Really, I have also refined those leaves before, so I can definitely extract a lot of elements that can help people cultivate divine origin qi. It's just that my abilities are limited and I got too little of each leaf, so I gave up in the end. Zuo Xingfeng said. After that, Chen Shang told Zuo Xingfeng about his experience in refining the leaf, and discussed it with him. Zuo Xingfeng had a very unique insight in this area, which had benefited Chen Shang greatly, and felt that if he changed his method in the future, he might be able to refine fewer leaves, and could achieve the same result. Zuo Xingfeng also found the way to refine the leaf. He felt that he could also refine the leaf into a pill to help others break through. Unknowingly, Chen Shang and Zuo Xingfeng had been discussing things for 2 days and 2 nights, and Hu Jingyuan, who was listening at the side, suddenly had an epiphany. Elder Zuo, I heard from Elder Yu that you have studied Tree Soul. I'm in a hurry to find Tree Soul, Chen Shang said. Zuo Xingfeng was a pill master, and was one of the upper echelons of the Purple Fire Tree. I have been researching Tree Soul for a very long time. The Tree Soul was sealed a long time ago, so I am not proficient in sealing formations, so I do not know how to remove the seal. But over the years, I have obtained some information from the sealed Tree Soul. When Zuo Xingfeng talked about this matter, he was also very interested. What message? I feel the Tree Soul must be very powerful. If we can help the Tree Soul break the seal, the Tree Soul might be able to control the divine tree and prevent it from being taken over by the beast creation race. Chen Shang said. There is indeed such a possibility. Zuo Xingfeng nodded. The hidden strength of the 9 divine trees is extremely terrifying. If the Tree Soul is free, it will be of help to us. It's not easy to release all 9 Tree Souls from the divine tree. Hu Jingyuan sighed. No, there's no need to enter the divine tree. Zuo Xingfeng had a mysterious look on his face as he said, from the information I obtained from the Tree Soul, the 9 divine trees are the same. And the ones sealed within the 9 divine trees are all just the avatars of the Tree Soul. The sealed original body is not here. Quote. When Chen Shang and Hu Jingyuan heard this, they both jumped in fright. The Tree Soul was actually hiding such a secret. As long as you remove the seal on the Tree Soul's body, then even if the Tree Soul's avatar is intact, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Zuo Xingfeng said. Master, where is the Tree Soul? Hu Jingyuan asked. I don't know, the sealed Tree Soul is asleep, only the Tree Soul knows. Zuo Xingfeng shook his head. Maybe we can try to go among the Purple Fire Tree and release the Tree Soul. Let me try, you guys wait for me here, Chen Shang said. I'll tell you the location of the seal on the Tree Soul. Zuo Xingfeng immediately told Chen Shang the location. After Chen Shang memorized the location, he left the ship and turned into a gust of wind, flying towards the Purple Fire Tree. If it was before, it would not be so easy for him to enter the Purple Fire Tree, but now using the profound Feng mantra, it would be much easier. Chen Shang quickly entered the Purple Fire Tree's room and quickly arrived at the place where the Tree Soul was sealed. This was a secret room that was protected by many enchantments, and there were a lot of people watching from outside. Chen Shang then turned into a weak gust of wind and entered the room, passing through a few cracks to arrive inside the secret room. Then, he knocked out the seal on an elder who was guarding the room. In the middle of the secret room, there was a large purple pearl, but the pearl did not give off any light at all. Feng Yuan, try it. Chen Shang called He Feng Yuan out. When He Feng Yuan saw the large purple pearl, he was extremely excited and quickly walked over. This bead is just a seal. It won't be easy to break it open. Once Xiao Xianglin came out, he frowned and said, moreover, he used multiple legendary mantras, so I won't be able to break through them in a short period of time. Let me try and see if I can receive any information from this Tree Soul. He Feng Yuan pressed a hand on the pearl and closed her eyes. She had a very strong reaction towards the souls inside the flowers and trees, and now that she was in contact with the Tree Soul of a divine tree at such a close distance, she could sense it even more clearly. He Feng Yuan frowned even more. I know where my main body is now. He Feng Yuan said. They aren't in the medicine creation divine continent. I know of a location and I'll point them in the right direction. Alright, I'll go back and say my farewells to Elder Zuo before leaving. Chen Shang said. Chen Shang returned to the boat, and after informing Zuo Xingfeng, he quickly followed He Feng Yuan's instructions and flew out of medicine creation divine continent. I wonder when beast creation race will come. Chen Shang was a little worried. Medicine creation divine continent is truly a good place, I don't want to see it get ruined. We must find a way to restrain the beast creation race. Xiao Xianglin said. He Feng Yuan led the way, and a few days later, Chen Shang found that this road was very familiar. This is the way to the altar. Chen Shang shouted in shock. The altar where the God creation race emperor is sealed. He Feng Yuan had actually led Chen Shang here. Could it be inside the altar? He Feng Yuan said in shock. I don't know, let's go take a look first. Chen Shang immediately had a lot of guesses in his heart. The heaven-defying recovery ability of the God creation race emperor might have been obtained from the 9 divine trees. On the way there, Chen Shang met Ying, the servant of the God Creation Race Emperor. Senior Ying. After Chen Shang saw Ying, he had changed into his original form. Chen Shang, you're here again. When Ying saw Chen Shang, his face was filled with surprise, because Chen Shang had already cultivated out divine origin qi, and this divine origin qi was even stronger. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. G_cover Cup Starlet Idol Premier AV Champions League Online Watch. Pay attention to the WeChat public number, mainblue 123, press and hold for 3 seconds to copy. Chapter 3750. Chen Shang also felt that it was not bad when he met Ying. He had already determined that the place he Fengyuan would guide him to would be the sealed altar within the God creation race. Yes, how is first beast creation ancestor now? Chen Shang asked. It's the same as before. Did you come to save him? Seeing Chen Zhang's strength increase so much, Ying thought so. I don't know if it'll work, but I'll give it a try. Before, when Chen Shang cultivated his divine origin qi, he had thought of this. Now that he was here, he wanted to try it out. Then you must be careful. Ying could only place his hopes on Chen Shang now. Yes, I will do my best. Chen Shang immediately headed towards the altar. When he got close, he didn't go over, but released 3 images. Senior, Chen Shang shouted, I'm Chen Shang, I'm coming again. Did you bring any good news? The first beast creation ancestor laughed. First beast creation ancestor was still the same as before, the meat on his body was being chewed on by many beasts. I have already cultivated out the divine origin qi. Chen Shang said, do you think I can save you now? Chen Shang looked at the 9 holes on the ground in front of the first beast creation ancestor. As long as he pierced the 9 Chuangyuan Qs into the hole, the first beast creation ancestor would be able to break the seal. It's hard to say, first beast creation ancestor said. You are indeed very strong, but the person you are facing is someone who has cultivated and produced world-defying stage divine source. This is different from someone who only possesses divine qi. That guy is much stronger. You should have felt that guy's strength last time, so you should think about it carefully. But my suggestion is that you cultivate the world-defying stage divine source first, because there might be more than one guy here. Alright, Chen Shang thought about it carefully and decided to give up for the time being. If there were a few fellows from the initial God creation realm, it would be even harder for him to run away. There's another reason why I'm here this time. Chen Shang said. Senior, do you know about Tree Soul? Have you been to the Medicine Creation Divine Continent? First Beast Creation Ancestor was surprised. Yes, I went to Medicine Creation Divine Continent. Beast Creation Race is also paying attention to that place, the situation there isn't good. Chen Shang gritted his teeth and said, the Beast Creation Race wants to occupy that area. Senior, how much do you know about this matter? Quote. The Tree Soul is indeed inside this altar. The first Beast Creation Ancestor said, once the Beast Creation Race takes over the Medicine Creation Divine Continent, it will be dangerous. How dangerous is it? Chen Shang asked anxiously. Beast Creation Race's strength will increase by leaps and bounds. Their devouring ability can quickly devour the power of the Divine Tree, and those 9 Divine Trees are the ancestors of the flower trees in most ancient era. The first Beast Creation Ancestor said, try it and see if you can enter the altar. Chen Shang came to the back of the altar, where there was a small door. Is it really okay to go in like this? The last time Chen Shang stepped onto the altar, a guy came down from the initial God creation realm and almost killed him. I don't know either, so I need you to give it a try. First Beast Creation Ancestor said, you have your own clones. If you use your clones, there shouldn't be any problems. Chen Shang did not use his clone, but used a mouse man to go over. There were many savage beasts inside the small door. Mouse Man was killed the moment he entered the door, but now he was sure that the people inside the door wouldn't be attracted inside. Chen Shang immediately ordered a clone to go over. After the doppelganger entered, a black fierce tiger pounced over. Chen Shang sent the tiger flying with a punch, then quickly retreated out of the small door, because there were a lot of beasts inside. It seems that only by going onto the altar will those fellows from the initial God creation realm appear. His original body had also come to the back of the altar, and many of the black evil beasts above the altar rushed down one after another, wanting to attack Chen Shang. These evil beasts were just released. If they did not eat first beast creation ancestors' flesh not long ago, they would be extremely weak. Chen Shang could kill a large number of them with one punch. It's best not to kill all of these evil beasts. The first beast creation ancestor shouted, if we were to be killed, it might alarm the people inside the initial God creation realm. All right. Chen Shang immediately released an array disc, sealed a large portion of the evil beast, and then entered the altar. There was a path within the altar that led deep underground. Chen Shang carefully walked along this path and then used his illusory body to converse with the first beast creation ancestor. Why is the tree soul sealed? Chen Shang felt that this matter was most likely done by someone from the initial God creation realm. If it is not sealed, then the 9 divine trees will be able to control their powers and not be devoured. The first beast creation ancestor replied, you don't know, back then, there were many people who absorbed the power of the 9 divine trees. This was the way they used to cultivate and produce the world-defying stage divine source. The 9 divine trees had been sealed inside by 9 soul fragments a long time ago. It turned out that this was done by the earliest batch of people. How did they absorb the energy from the 9 trees? Chen Shang asked. This seems to be something only your beast creation race can do. Yes, only us beast creation race can do that. They have to absorb it through us, the beast creation race, so it's hard for me to explain the details. In short, you have to quickly stop the beast creation race, or else when that group of lawless people becomes strong, the most ancient era will be destroyed. First beast creation ancestor was very worried about this matter. As Chen Shang walked through the pitch-black tunnel, he would occasionally encounter some poisonous snakes, but they would all get burnt to death by him. At the end of the passage was a wall. Using his piercing ability, he was able to easily pierce through and arrive at a stone room filled with 9 colors of brilliance. In the middle was the sealed tree soul, a large pearl that shone with a 9 colors light. This is the tree soul. How do I remove the seal? Chen Shang let Xiao Xianglin and Feng Ke out. After Xiao Xianglin and Feng Ke looked at it, they also began to move. They held onto the array disc, and started to circle around the pearl. We need to destroy the connection of the incantations. This will help the tree soul wake up. Xiao Xianglin said. For a soul body like this, if it was sealed for a long period of time, it would definitely fall asleep. All right. Chen Shang called out the 2 clones and at the same time, allowed them to hover above the altar, observing their surroundings. Senior, are all the people in initial God creation realm who cultivate world-defying stage divine source? Chen Shang asked. Are there many of those inside? There should be quite a few of them. Back then, those 9 divine trees were extremely huge, but after being devoured by them for a period of time, they had become very small and were on the verge of death. That's why Tao Creation Divine Lord had no choice but to use some methods to stop them. The first beast creation ancestor said. Strange, why didn't you ancestors absorb the power of the divine trees? What about to cultivate the world-defying stage divine source? Asked. First beast creation ancestor had previously said that his own cultivation was not very high. This book is the first issue from the 17K website, the first time to see the original content. Chapter 3751. If the Tao Creation Divine Lord cultivated the world-defying stage divine source, then many things definitely would not have happened. We, the ancestors, have been restricted to a certain extent. Even the people who possess our bloodline are restricted by this restriction, but the beast creation race is an anomaly, so even if the beast creation race was stronger, he would have already been sealed by the Tao Creation Divine Lord. The first beast creation ancestor said, in short, it will be difficult for me to cultivate the world-defying stage divine source. The 9-colored bead inside the secret room suddenly trembled and then flashed with light. Could it be that he woke up? Chen Shang asked anxiously. It should be. Xiao Xianglin anxiously retreated a few steps. He Fengyuan came out of the Yuyao mountain villa and began communicating with the tree soul. After a moment, Chen Shang asked, how is it? The tree soul is very angry right now. He has been sealed for so long and the divine tree has almost been drained of energy by someone. It almost caused his death. He Fengyuan said. Can he prevent the energy from being absorbed? Chen Shang asked. That's fine. He Fengyuan frowned. It's just that he said he can stop the divine tree from growing more leaves, stop flowers and fruits, and can no longer release any energy. However, he cannot stop those beasts from directly biting into the divine tree. Quote, if the beasts of beast creation race were to eat the leaves of the divine tree directly, they would be able to obtain a lot of energy. Chen Shang also felt that this was something that was difficult to stop, unless all 9 of the divine trees had people protecting them. Let's first let the tree soul on the divine tree be free first. Chen Shang said, the divine tree needs someone to protect it. I need to go back and talk to Elder Yu and the others. Xiao Xionglan and Feng Ke had already completely removed their seals, the tree soul had disappeared in a flash, and should have returned back to the 9 divine trees. As long as this main tree soul was not sealed, the other tree soul would be able to break through the seals. Chen Shang came out from the altar. Senior, the beast creation race's army might be entering the medicine creation divine continent very soon. They might not be able to easily absorb the energy from the divine tree, but they can directly eat it. Chen Shang was very worried, because he didn't have any ways to stop them right now. There's nothing I can do right now. This requires all of you to join hands. If the divine tree is eaten, the beast creation race will definitely become very strong, and at that time, it will be difficult for us to stop them. The first beast creation ancestor sighed. I am also sealed here, there is no way. Chen Shang looked at the steps that led to the altar, clenched his teeth, and immediately rushed over. As soon as he stepped onto the first step, he felt spatial fluctuations approaching him. A golden-robed man appeared. It was the man from before. It's you again, that's great. This time, I will definitely not let you go, ha ha ha, the golden-robed man laughed loudly. You haunting bastard. Chen Shang clenched his teeth and took out his heavenly magic sword. The golden-robed man had cultivated world-defying stage divine source, and the divine origin energy that he had released was much stronger. The last time he had been stopped by Chen Zhang's red fire dragon explosion, he had not been able to catch Chen Shang for a period of time. Chen Shang felt that defeating this fellow would be very difficult. After all, this fellow had cultivated the world-defying stage divine source. The golden-robed man didn't use a weapon and instantly moved in front of Chen Shang, fiercely punching towards Chen Zhang's nose. The 6 realms mirrors flashed out, and when the golden-robed man's fist landed on the 6 realms mirrors, it activated a burst of berserk power that rushed out, causing the golden-robed man to be blown away by the explosive force. Chen Shang was also sent flying by the impact, but he was not injured at all. It was just that the 6 realms mirrors had been refined using the explosive shock divine stones before, and was able to produce a stronger explosive force. Damnable fellow, his strength is so weak, yet he was able to cause me to appear so miserable. The golden-robed man was furious and teleported again. This time, he released a very strong time and space power and trapped Chen Shang. Chen Shang didn't have enough control over space and time, he couldn't even use teleportation smoothly. In the past, the other things he could use were only in the world, but now, he was being used to restrict himself. Is it over? Chen Shang was unable to move at the moment. Looking at the fist that carried death and destruction rushing towards him, he could not help but feel despair. Suddenly, a ball of 9-colored light appeared and wrapped around the golden-robed male. Chen Shang was shocked, it was actually a tree soul. The chance has come. Chen Shang immediately rushed over, and thrusted his sword at the golden-clothed man, directly attacking his opponent's divine sense C, then madly slapping the golden-clothed man's head with his 6 realms mirrors. Chen Shang allowed the 3 red fire dragons to merge together, and after that, they fused with his arm, transforming into a scarlet dragon arm, he punched towards the golden-clothed man's head. This angry dragon energy poured into the golden-clothed man's divine sense C, causing the golden-clothed man to let out a miserable cry. I destroyed his world-defying stage divine source. Chen Shang was shocked, he never expected that the tree soul would appear so suddenly, and with such power, it could tightly seal the man in gold. The golden-robed man was not dead yet, and Chen Shang did not kill him. If the golden-clothed man died, then there might be someone stronger. Don't come over here anymore. If you continue coming up here, there will definitely be other guys coming over. Your luck is quite good for you to be able to deal with this guy. The first beast creation ancestor said, when you go back and cultivate the world-defying stage divine source, you'll definitely be able to save me. That's the only way. Chen Shang looked at the ball of 9-colored light that had scattered. This time, the tree soul was really going to return. The reason why Chen Shang came here was to save the tree soul. He had already succeeded, but he could not bear to see the first beast creation ancestor being tormented like this. I believe that you will definitely be able to resist the beast creation race. The first beast creation ancestor laughed. Senior, the next time I come, will be when you are free. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he quickly flew. He did not look for Ah Ying, but instead headed towards the Medicine God Mountain Villa. When Chen Shang came to the Medicine God Mountain Villa, he had immediately felt Han Xiaoying's and Jing Yun'er's aura. The last time the 2 girls were at the altar with Chen Shang, they were almost killed. Now that Chen Shang could see them, the worry in his heart was put down. Big Sister Yun, Xiaoying. Chen Shang laughed. It's good that you guys are fine. We were worried about you. Jing Yuner laughed. Oh right, did beast creation race make any moves during this period of time? Chen Shang asked the medicine god. No, but it's been very quiet during this period of time. The medicine god frowned and said, these two ladies have made other discoveries. Jing Yuner said, beast creation race's actions are extremely astonishing. In a large group of beasts, a beast king would suddenly appear, and then, this beast king would devour its own kind. When a group of beasts slaughters and devours everything in its path, this sort of situation will occur when it reaches a certain level of strength. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. Chapter 3752. As long as the beasts ate each other, they could become very strong. After all, the beasts of beast creation race all had this ability. Now, with this method, many powerful fellows have appeared. Jing Yuner said. They seem to be planning for a big operation, it's just that they haven't started yet. Chen Shang, where have you been all this time? Han Xiaoying asked. I went to a place called Medicine Creation Divine Continent. Chen Shang said. Medicine Creation Divine Continent, you actually managed to find it. I have only heard of it before and have never gone there. Jing Yuner said. At that time, I heard that there were 9 divine trees inside, and they were extremely important to most ancient era. When Chen Shang told them the situation inside, the medicine god and the others were extremely shocked. Looks like the beast creation race's plan is to attack the medicine creation divine continent. Jing Yuner said. This is bad. Yes, I'll head back to medicine creation divine continent first. Chen Shang said. You guys wait here, maybe the beast creation race will make a move on 2 sides. The first is to attack the cities here. Those beasts can devour the humans to obtain great power, and humans are like food in their eyes. We know, we've always been defending them. The medicine god said. Chen Shang anxiously went to medicine creation divine continent, and after coming to medicine creation divine continent, he went to look for Zuo Xingfeng. He answered. After finding Zuo Xingfeng on the leaf, he told him about the tree soul's situation. At least for now, I won't let beast creation race absorb most ancient era's energy through the 9 divine trees. Zuo Xingfeng said. The tree soul has already returned, those elders in the divine tree now won't be able to get their hands on it that easily. Elder Zuo, how's the progress on your side? Chen Shang had heard Zuo Xingfeng say before that he was going to look for the elders from the other divine trees who had the same goal as him. My side is progressing quite well. All the elders of the divine trees have sincerely protected the divine tree. Now, we can secretly recruit a group of warriors. Then, we will first take down a divine tree. Zuo Xingfeng said. I will also go see old Yu. He has recovered quite well, he is moving like me. That's good. Chen Shang revealed a smile. Don't worry, you've already helped us a lot. Zuo Xingfeng laughed. Right now, we need to form an alliance to fight against the traitors within the trees. The enchantment around our medicine creation divine continent is not just for show. If the beast creation race wants to attack, it won't be that easy. We still have a lot of time to prepare. Chen Shang thought for a while, then said, Senior, what do you think of my current strength? Can the elders inside the trees beat me? Quote. I can't beat him. Zuo Xingfeng laughed. So, what do you want to do? You have the guts to do it. Medicine Creation Divine Continent was a very good place, where everything was better, and there were even 9 divine trees. These 9 divine trees could help a person cultivate world-defying stage divine source. I want to recruit a few more people here. I might need Senior's help. Chen Shang laughed. Tell me about your plan. Zuo Xingfeng knew that Chen Shang had pretty good pill formulas. With his rallying powers, he could definitely attract a lot of people. I can use my pill to quickly raise the cultivation of many people. That way, we can form a powerful force in a short period of time. Chen Shang said. It's just that it requires a lot of time formation. You don't have to worry about that. Zuo Xingfeng laughed. I will deal with the time formation and the Tao creation's sacred crystals. We really need to expand our power urgently right now. Elder Zuo, I've been in the medicine creation divine continent for a long time, but I've never seen what a medicinal master is like. Chen Shang laughed. I wonder if you know how to create medicine. Old Hu said that the creator of this place is very powerful. Quote. The so-called creation medicines mean that there is a group of people here. They are born with an ability, and this ability allows many different medicinal plants to fuse into a new type of medicinal plant. Zuo Xingfeng said, I know how to refine pills, but no one is proficient in it, and fusing the ingredients together will be much easier. So that's how it is. I remember old Hu saying that he created some medicinal materials out of thin air. Chen Shang said. If it was said that the Mei Jing sisters and the others knew how to fuse with new medicinal ingredients long ago, and now that He Fengyuan had joined them, they were even more proficient in this area. Don't listen to his nonsense. He doesn't understand anything. Zuo Xingfeng laughed. Medicinal ingredients were originally nurtured by the earth, and can be grown into countless types. Later on, through us alchemists, we used different types of medicinal ingredients to combine and create a strange fusion, allowing us to release an even stronger energy. Old Zuo, do you have any spirit communication pills? I want to buy one. Chen Shang said with a smile. There was still one more kind of legendary mantra that Xiao Shanlin had yet to learn. I happen to have one here. Here you are. Zuo Xingfeng generously gave Chen Shang a legendary spirit communication pill. Chen Shang then told Zuo Xingfeng about his own Peak Dan and his own legendary God Dan. Zuo Xingfeng was extremely impressed with these abilities, because these were pills that could allow a person to break through quickly. If we can get people into the legendary realm very quickly, this pill would definitely be very popular here. Zuo Xingfeng said, Chen Shang, I heard your nonsense. You previously wanted to give the Peak Dan's pill formulas, right? Chen Shang said, 100 million Dao creation holy crystals. Zuo Xingfeng said, I'll buy it. After all, he was a very strong pill god here. Chen Shang straightforwardly sold the Peak Dan's pill formulas and Flying Dan grain to Zuo Xingfeng. This was his second time selling it. Chen Shang, if you can you refine more legendary God Dan and sell them to me? Zuo Xingfeng said, he knew that the legendary God Dan's pill formula could not be given out. No problem, old Zuo, do you have any way to get the holy fruit of the divine tree? Chen Shang really wanted to get one of them to see. I don't have one on hand, but if you want one, you can buy one. It would cost about 200 million Dao creation holy crystals, and those traders have some on hand. Zuo Xingfeng said. Isn't this giving them the Dao creation's divine crystals? Chen Shang said. There's nothing we can do about it. Zuo Xingfeng sighed. Unless we take down a divine tree. Now that the tree soul had returned, he felt that he could let He Fengyuan find the tree soul and ask if there were any other ways to get a fruit of it. At night, Chen Shang arrived at a high point above the purple fire tree and stopped on a tree branch, allowing He Fengyuan to come out. The tree soul had already been unsealed. As long as He Fengyuan touched the big tree, he would be able to communicate with the tree soul. A moment later, He Fengyuan said in pleasant surprise. The tree soul said, there is a place to prepare the result. Right now, those fellows are unable to find out the movements of the divine tree through the tree soul, so they do not know the exact time of the result. But there must be someone guarding the place where flowers bloom. Chen Shang said. There are people guarding them, but there won't be too many of them. With your strength, it's not a problem to take them down. He Fengyuan said. Let's go, I'll bring you to the flower garden. Chapter 3753. Chen Shang arrived at a place where the purple fire tree were relatively higher. He was still a distance away from the flower when he sensed a strong aura. Right now I'm not in a hurry to go over, I'll first release my illusion and go out to take a look. After Chen Zhang's illusion flew out, he searched for the person hiding in the surroundings. At the same time, he also saw the flower. The leaves and trunk of the purple fire tree were very big, but the flowers that bloomed were relatively small. Although this flower could stand for dozens of people, it was still too small compared to those huge leaves. If one were to look from afar, this flower seemed like a small cluster of purple flames, and in the dark night, it looked like a purple dot of light. When will the result be? Chen Shang asked He Fengyuan. Around 5 days, but nobody knows how many months they think it will take. He Fengyuan said. Just now, I communicated with the tree soul. The tree soul told me, he said he could get the result in advance. Now, the spies in the beast creation race in the 9 divine trees all knew that the tree soul had been unsealed. Thus, they could no longer control the various subtle changes in the divine trees like they did before. Especially the accurate timing of the results of the divine tree, which would cause them a lot of inconvenience. They had been used to controlling the divine tree for so many years, but now it had suddenly out of their control, causing them to not know what to do for a moment. Chen Shang patiently waited. At the same time, he would also be able to understand the cultivation levels and positions of the people guarding this place. At that time, it would be even easier for him to get his hands on them. After a few days, He Fengyuan suddenly reminded Chen Shang. The result will be very fast and very sudden. He Fengyuan said, initially, it was like that flower shining with a purple light, then the entire flower would turn into a purple mist, and then the mist would condense into a fruit. How long does this process usually take? Chen Shang asked. It will be completed in a moment. He Fengyuan said. It might be faster, what you need to do is to immediately take away the fruits after the results. Alright, I'm ready now. Chen Shang immediately used his profound Feng mantra to turn himself into a gust of wind and flew over. He Fengyuan was calculating the time. It's starting. Just as He Fengyuan finished speaking, Chen Shang saw the purple flower below suddenly shine with a dazzling light. Chen Shang could see everything very clearly from up above. It looks like it's burning. Chen Shang saw that those beautiful purple flower petals were burning on themselves, turning into purple mist, and then condensing into many balls of air. This process was indeed very quick. Chen Shang had only just seen the flower below emit a purple light, then quickly produced a large amount of purple mist, which then condensed into balls of things. The result. Suddenly, someone shouted. It was someone from around here. It only took the time of 10 breaths for the purple flower to disappear, and more than 50 purple fruits appeared below. It's all mine. Chen Shang instantly swept away all the fruits, and then turned into a gust of wind, escaping from those people. After Chen Shang floated away, he heard a burst of angry curses coming from behind him. It was obvious that the clan elders who had rushed over and discovered that the fruits were missing, they became furious and scolded the people in charge of taking care of them. Chen Shang had already flown away from the purple fire tree and landed in a place with fewer people. Fengyuan, why are there only 50 or so fruits? Chen Shang asked. Shouldn't there be more than 100 of them? That's the early result, but the quality of these fruits won't be that bad. He Fengyuan said. Chen Shang took out a fruit that was as big as a watermelon. It looked like a purple gemstone and radiated a weak purple glow. This fruit is truly beautiful. Even I am unwilling to refine it myself. Chen Shang laughed mischievously. Next time, if there are any other divine trees that have results, you can tell me. I will go and pluck them all. Chen Zhang's journey could be said to be extremely smooth, and he did not encounter any obstacles. Why don't you try and see what the effects of refining these fruits will be like? He Fengyuan said. Right, this can be fused with the leaves to be refined. It's just that it's not good to concoct pills with just the holy fruit of the divine tree. It would be great if it could be combined with some other medicinal ingredients. Chen Shang said. How about I find Elder Zuo and have him borrow some good herbs for me? I want to see if there are any medicinal herbs that can perfectly fuse with this sacred fruit. He Fengyuan said. Chen Shang found Zuo Xingfeng. Zuo Xingfeng had a lot of good medicines, and those medicines were all legendary divine medicines. These are all high-grade legendary medicines that contain faint traces of divine energy. The pills that are refined can be more beneficial to one's cultivation of divine energy. Zuo Xingfeng gave Chen Shang more than 10 types of medicinal herbs. Chen Shang was only borrowing it. Xiao Shanglan had already eaten the legendary pill that Zuo Xingfeng had given him before, and started to learn the last legendary mantra. After getting those ingredients, He Fengyuan went into the time array to choose the right herbs. Old Hu, you look good. Chen Shang laughed. If I could cultivate the same divine origin chi as before, I would look even better. He was still a little worried that he would not be able to reach his previous peak of strength. Someone had previously discovered a strange beast on top of the purple fire tree. It wasn't a common poisonous insect or poisonous beast. Zuo Xingfeng replied, he should be from beast creation race. On the purple fire tree. Chen Shang immediately looked towards the purple fire tree. The purple fire tree had just stolen the divine tree sacred fruit, so the people inside were extremely nervous. The entire divine tree was under martial law, strictly investigating the people inside. Yes, I wonder if he was inside the purple fire tree or if he came later. Zuo Xingfeng said. Chen Shang, if it's convenient for you right now, go and kill this beast. Alright, I'll go take a look. Chen Shang had to wait for He Fengyuan to create the pill formula now, so he was relatively free. Just like before, Chen Shang turned into a gust of wind and quickly arrived at the top of the purple fire tree. I wonder if it's a flying type one. Chen Shang also did not know what that beast creation looked like, and Zuo Xingfeng himself had not seen it before either. Zuo Xingfeng actually knew that the purple fire tree had stolen the divine tree holy fruit that he had just bore. Who was the one who raised the beasts? Chen Shang searched for a long time but still couldn't find it. He guessed that this beast might be hiding inside a big tree. The purple fire tree was so huge, there were many tree holes on it, it was not easy to find the beast. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. Chapter 3754. These beasts should be very sensitive to pure energy. As long as I have refined a few of the Tao Creation's holy crystals before, I can make the Tao Creation's holy crystals release the energy from within. It will give rise to an aura that should be able to attract that beast. Chen Shang quickly finished refining the pill and then placed it on top of a large tree branch. 6 hours later, Chen Shang finally felt the familiar aura of a beast. It's finally here. Chen Shang summoned his 6 realms mirrors. Last time when he was dealing with that giant eagle, he wanted to catch it alive, but there were too many people watching at that time, so he couldn't display too much strength himself, so he could only use a crude method to end that giant eagle. But this time, he was going to capture a beast. The beast that came was not very big, but it was not weak. It was a golden armored rhinoceros with wings. When it landed, it immediately swallowed the Tao Creation holy crystal that Chen Shang had refined. After swallowing it, Chen Shang immediately controlled the Tao Creation holy crystal to explode, causing the rhinoceros to let out a furious scream as it flapped its wings and flew away. This guy's strength isn't bad, but he's a little too stupid. He still hasn't eaten anything. Chen Shang immediately jumped down, using the 6 realms mirrors in his hands to ruthlessly pat the rhinoceros's huge golden horn. Boom! The explosive force from the 6 realms mirrors caused the rhinoceros to become dizzy and scurry around crazily. You're still so arrogant, I'll keep fighting. Chen Shang continued to use his 6 realms mirrors to beat up the rhinoceros. After a few fierce smashes, the rhinoceros could no longer hold on, and began to hiss and sway in place. Chen Shang immediately sealed the rhinoceros and threw it into the 6 realms mirrors. Who are you? A purple-robed elder appeared from afar and shouted loudly. He had just witnessed Chen Shang taking away the rhinoceros from afar. Who am I? What does it have to do with you? Chen Shang laughed. You, hand over the rhinoceros. The purple-robed elder was extremely angry as he yelled, you captured my rhinoceros. What proof do you have that the rhinoceros is yours? Chen Shang laughed. That rhinoceros is obviously mine, he is too playful. He came all the way from home, I only want to capture him now. He could already see that the man in front of him did not have any intentions of handing over the rhinoceros. His face was gloomy and angry, he released his long blade and roared as he rushed towards Chen Shang. Gale Dragon Fire. Try my new move. Chen Shang spread open his palm and slapped towards the purple-robed elder through the air. At the same time, he used the power of Profound Feng Mantra and the Pressure Mantra, combined with the power of the legendary Dragon Fire. When these 3 energies fused together, they formed a rapid gale with scarlet flames, enveloping the purple-robed old man like a giant net. When the purple-robed old man sensed the aura of the divine origin energy, he became terrified. He could already tell that Chen Shang was an opponent of the same level, and her strength seemed to be much stronger than him. The explosive flames that Chen Shang released was accompanied by a burst of pressure, as though a huge net was attacking the purple-robed elder from all directions. The crimson flames burned crazily, the strong winds were like flames that cut through the purple-robed old man's body. He was enveloped by the flames, being pressed down from all directions. Ha! The purple-robed elder had underestimated Chen Zhang's strength. He roared, exploding his own divine origin chi and deflecting the energy that was trying to imprison him. The purple-robed old man was truly worthy of being a person who cultivated the divine origin chi, he had caused Chen Zhang's storm dragon flame to fly. However, the 6 realms mirrors followed closely behind. Chen Shang raised the 6 realms mirrors and smashed it down fiercely towards the purple-robed elder, making him lose his head, his eyes turned black, and floated in the air like a drunkard. Bang! Chen Shang patted the purple-robed elder once more, causing him to faint. Afterwards, he threw the seal into the 6 realms mirrors, turned into a gust of wind, and flew away. Not long after he flew, many purple-robed elders rushed over. They were all wearing purple-colored robes, and each one of them cultivated out their own divine origin energy. Looks like there's a very powerful fellow sneaking into the purple fire tree. What should we do? This guy is here without a trace, it's hard for us to guard against him. Quote. Now, we have an elder who has been captured. This is a huge loss of face. We need to hurry up and inform the beast creation race and get them to help us. If this goes on, we'll all be in danger. The purple fire tree was too high, it would not be easy to use a barrier to protect them all. Furthermore, it would consume a lot of energy, which was extremely inconvenient. Master, can you search that guy's memories? Chen Shang asked. No, this guy has a very good memory protection. Xiao Shonglin sighed. Forcefully searching would only cause his divine sense to collapse. Then what should we do with him? Chen Shang asked. Kill him. If he wakes up, he might explode. Xiao Shonglin said. For a person like him to self-destruct inside the Six Realms mirrors is an extremely dangerous thing to do. Chen Shang could only take out the pill furnace and refine the purple-robed elder. Where is that big rhinoceros? Chen Shang did not kill the beast. I'll try. Xiao Shonglin had already activated soul-absorbing devil spell on the rhinoceros. Not long after, Xiao Shonglin revealed a surprised look. I found some useful memories. The big rhinoceros came to the purple fire tree a long time ago, and there is indeed a beast nest within the purple fire tree. Quote. There is someone in the purple fire tree that is using the blood of the creator beast and some poisonous flowers and herbs to cultivate some poisonous insects and poisonous beast. The other divine trees should be in the same situation. Anything else useful? Chen Shang asked. Also, this rhinoceros is trying to see how fast its speed of improvement is. Xiao Shonglin said, the big rhinoceros only came 10 years ago. Back then, it was very weak, but it has already cultivated and produced a bit of divine qi. This speed of improvement can't be considered slow. Chen Shang was surprised. How do you usually raise such a big rhinoceros? Feed the leaves. The one who reared the big rhinoceros is the purple-robed elder that you killed. He normally would make the huge purple fire tree's leaves small and then throw it to the big rhinoceros. Quote. Chen Shang had to praise the absorption ability of these beasts, they could break through just by eating the leaves. There are a lot of leaves that we need to eat too. Xiao Shonglin continued. Last time, when that giant eagle ran out, it was probably because it was too hungry. Chen Shang brought the big rhinoceros back to Zuo Xingfeng's boat, and reported this matter to Zuo Xingfeng. To Zuo Xingfeng, this was extremely useful information. These guys, all these poisonous poisonous beasts that have appeared over the years were actually raised by them. They have caused the death of quite a few people. Zuo Xingfeng scolded loudly. I'll definitely teach them a lesson in the future. Chapter 3755. He Fengyuan had already concocted the pill formulas, but she had only chosen one out of the many medicinal ingredients Zuo Xingfeng had given her. Crap. Chen Shang returned the other pill formulas back to Zuo Xingfeng, then found a quiet place to refine pills. Although there's only one medicinal ingredient, don't think that it's useless. He Fengyuan said. According to my senses, if this profound armor was used to fuse with the sacred fruit, it would definitely produce a huge reaction and would raise a lot in quality. Then I am relieved, Chen Shang said. I don't know if the difficulty will increase. It shouldn't be a problem for you. When He Fengyuan was combining the pill formulas, he had never considered the difficulty of refining the pills. She knew that Chen Zhang's pill refining skills were extremely high. Even if it was difficult to refine, Chen Shang had ways to fuse multiple medicinal ingredients. When other alchemists were combining their pill formulas, they would often need to carefully think about the difficulty of refining them. In order to refine them more easily, they would generally give up on the effects and pursue the easy process. What I am worried about now is the Tao Creation's divine crystals that will be used up when I awaken the inscription. Chen Shang still had more than 200 million Tao Creation divine crystals on hand, but he felt that they would be used up very soon. The black armored ginseng was very special. There was a layer of scales on its surface that was very stiff and very heavy. It was the same size as a big radish, but it weighed over 1,000 jin. We can just refine it like this without adding leaves. He Fengyuan said. Those leaves were originally meant to be used as support, and now with the mysterious armor ginseng, it will produce a better effect. Alright, Chen Shang placed the profound armored ginseng and the purple-colored fruit into the Tianchuang furnace, then released flames. He Fengyuan had said it before, these two medicinal ingredients had a lot of tolerance towards fire, and could be refined using fierce fire from the very beginning. It really is very resistant to fire. Chen Shang released a strong wave of legendary dragon fire to burn. After a few days, there were no changes to the herbs inside. I've even used pressure, but it's still so hard to burn. Chen Shang had no choice but to release 2 clones to assist him. Only after releasing his clone did he feel that his flames could slowly heat up the mystic armor ginseng and the divine tree sacred fruit. Let's try adding the power of the profound Feng mantra. Chen Shang activated the profound Feng mantra, releasing a gust of wind into the Tianchuang furnace, causing the flames to become even more exuberant, causing the flames to become a lot stronger. Although a combination of multiple types of energy would make the fire even stronger, it would still take a long time for it to be completely incinerated. Looks like this will take a long time. Chen Shang closed his eyes and entered a very mysterious state to refine pills. In this state, he would only constantly release flames to burn, and he would also fall into a deep slumber, not feeling the passage of time. When something happened inside the Tianchuang furnace, he would immediately wake up. It was unknown how long Chen Shang slept before he suddenly woke up because something happened inside the pill furnace. It's almost done. Chen Shang took in a deep breath and then began to use a large amount of pressure to squeeze the 2 crystals, profound armored ginseng and the purple fire tree holy fruit. When it was being squeezed, the Tianchuang furnace was shaking very hard. The process of fusing isn't easy. Chen Shang frowned. He and his 2 clones tried their best to release a strong pressure on the crystal ball, pressing it down. After a few months, Chen Shang finally succeeded. After this process, he was a little afraid of the derivation method. If he were to use the derivation method to create more small crystals, it would be even more difficult to fuse them. So be it, to condense a core immediately and engrave it into a Huajingdan grain. Chen Shang decided to give up on using the derivation method for now and successfully refine a pill first. It was a smooth journey all the way to the core formation stage, but it required a lot of time. After he finished condensing the pellets, he began to refine the Huajingdan grain and enter it. Then, he threw several tens of millions of Tao creation divine crystals into the Tianchuang furnace and left the time array. More than a day had passed outside, and he had spent over 100 years inside refining it. He felt that if he were to use the derivation method to refine it, the quality would definitely greatly improve. I wonder how many Tao creations divine crystals will be consumed this time. A single pellet of the legendary golden fire pellet that Chen Shang refined consumed nearly 10 million Tao creation divine crystals. If the effects of this pellet is very good and the energy is strong, then the consumption of the Tao creation's sacred crystals will be even higher. He Fengyuan said, I just wonder how the final effect will be. After a day, Chen Shang went in and took a look. That pellet had already absorbed over 10 million Tao creation holy crystals, and was still quickly being absorbed. The effect will definitely be better than the legendary golden flame pill. Chen Shang was sitting on the side of a river, looking at the boats coming and going. Zuo Xingfeng's boat was right here. Zuo Xingfeng had already gone out, and from time to time he would look for the helpers to discuss things. After 2 more days, Chen Shang entered the time array and had already succeeded in condensing a pill. Looking at the pill that was shining with a purple light, Chen Shang sighed in his heart, I spent 30 million Tao creations holy crystals. He Fengyuan had already thought of the name of this pellet. This pill should not be of much help to me, but it should be able to help you guys a lot. Chen Shang gave this pellet to Xiao Shonglin, and let her eat it. Xiao Shonglin's cultivation was not as complicated as Chen Zhang's. She did not need to cultivate red fire dragon, so it would be much easier for her to cultivate her divine origin qi. When Xiao Shonglin was cultivating, he would bring this sovereign back, so she had also stopped learning the legendary mantra. I should not need too much time to refine this pill. Chen Shang knew that there were some pills that were of higher quality, and would refine them faster and faster. Moreover, right now, he was only cultivating out divine origin qi, and it was not a total improvement, so it would not take too much time. When Zuo Xingfeng returned, he immediately followed him into the boat cabin. The beast creation race is already here, it's just a small portion of them. Zuo Xingfeng sighed, we need to hurry up first. Are they in human form? Chen Shang asked. Yes, they have already taken human forms. It is said that there are 4 or 5 of them, and they all cultivate God's origin energy. Other than them, there are a few humans who do not have the aura of beast creation. Zuo Xingfeng frowned. Beast creation race is very strong as a whole. The humans without the aura of beast creation should be the God creation race and the fire creation sacred race. Chen Shang scoffed, these people have become the dogs of the beast creation race. These humans might have already inherited the beast creation race's bloodline. Zuo Xingfeng was extremely worried about this matter. I wonder how many of those traders who were originally protecting the purple fire tree obtained the beast creation bloodline. Elder Zuo, how many people did you secretly contact? Chen Shang wasn't so clear about Zuo Xingfeng's plans either. Old Yu will be arriving soon. When the time comes, we'll have our old friends in the other divine trees as well. We'll join forces and capture the purple fire tree. Zuo Xingfeng said harshly. Those traders are going to die very soon. Chapter 3756. He had always been protecting the purple fire tree, and he hated those traders to the bone. He had started to have deep feelings for the purple fire tree, so even if he had to put his life on the line, he would still go and fight the beast creation race to the death. If Elder Yu and the others come, if everyone join hands, would they be able to take down the purple fire tree? Chen Shang asked. Right now, the purple fire tree should have a group of beasts that aren't weak. That will definitely not be a problem. As long as we can take down the purple fire tree, I can use it as a base and at the same time let everyone know about the plot of the beast creation race. This can further strengthen us, Zuo Xingfeng said. I'll make my move when the time comes. Chen Shang looked at the purple fire tree. I'll go and inspect the situation above now. There's no need to go. The purple fire tree are very big, and there are many tree holes on them. You don't even know where those guys are hiding. Zuo Xingfeng said. When we are ready, we can attack them all and force them out. Do you think they'll know what we're doing? Chen Shang asked. These things are only done by us old guys, so we won't leak it out. Zuo Xingfeng laughed. You don't have to worry, when the time comes you can make your move depending on the situation. Although Zuo Xingfeng said that he did not need to investigate, Chen Shang still went. He had his illusion body, so he could move on top of the purple fire tree quickly without being discovered. The purple fire tree had also kept this a secret. He guessed that the spies in the purple fire tree must have hidden these beasts well, and had only used them for defense. When dawn broke, Xiao Xianglin came out from the time array-s. She had already started refining the Ziwandan, and the refining speed was so fast that Chen Shang was surprised, although he had already expected that refining would not take too long. Master, how is it? Chen Shang asked. He wanted to know the exact effects of this pellet. I feel that I only need to eat one more Ziwandan and I will be able to cultivate the divine origin qi. Xiao Xianglin was excited. She had wanted to cultivate out her divine origin qi for a long time, but she knew that it was not easy. Even Chen Shang had to refine many legendary gold fire pills in order to succeed. Alright, I'll refine one for you right now. Chen Shang anxiously found an inn to refine pills. If Xiao Xianglin could also cultivate God's qi in the secret room, then he would be able to get Xiao Xianglin to help him with the pill refining process in the future. Xiao Xianglin had his clone, was able to use pressure mantra, and his flames were very strong. In other words, just eating 2 Ziwandan would allow the people at the pinnacle to cultivate and release their divine origin energy. If we use Twin Dan grain to refine it, it might only require 40 million Tao Creation's sacred crystals. The next batch that Chen Shang would refine would be filled with Twin Dan grain. This would allow him to use one portion of the ingredients to refine and produce 2 pills, which would be equivalent to replicating 1 pellet. It would save him time, ingredients and the Tao Creation divine crystals. Chen Shang stayed in the time array for 2 days, and it went extremely smoothly for him this time. He refined a total of 2 Ziwandan and gave one to Xiao Xianglin to eat, while he gave the other to try himself. He wanted to see how helpful the Ziwandan would be to people who could cultivate the divine origin qi. After he ate the Ziwandan, he started to feel the effects of the dissolving medicine. The speed of refinement is indeed very fast. This contains all the divine origin qi, and it should be of help to me as well. It's just that it's extremely insignificant. I don't know how many pills it would take for me to cultivate a complete world-defying stage divine source. Chen Shang felt that eating Ziwandan at this level of cultivation would not be of much use. After a day, Xiao Xianglin came out of the time array and she had already cultivated her divine origin qi. Oh right, Master, didn't you just take that legendary spirit communication pill? Chen Shang asked. It's been a long time, have you managed to grasp that legendary mantra yet? I've mastered it, this legendary mantra is of great use to you. Xiao Xianglin laughed and said, it's called the sky-breaking incantation. When you use the power of this incantation, then when you rush forward, you will be able to break through time and space. Then, you can travel through this broken time and travel to another place, which is the same as traversing space. That's good. Can we go to the designated place? Chen Shang asked, secretly delighted. No, Xiao Shonglin said. Chen Shang was a little disappointed in his heart, but he was already very satisfied. It was not easy to travel through space in the most ancient era, so he had to cultivate an even stronger set of divine origin qi. Xiao Shonglin quickly refined another space-shattering Paternoster soul stone for Chen Shang. After Chen Shang ate it, he quickly grasped this legendary mantra. He came to the wilderness, and then released the power of the incantation, and started to charge wildly. As he sprinted forward, the space in front of him suddenly shattered, and Chen Shang dove into the shattered space, arriving at another place. The previously shattered spatial tiers quickly began to heal as well. It's quite far. Chen Shang realized that he was in the air and he could see Purple Fire Tree S. He was now even more distant from Purple Fire Tree S, but he was closer to the field where he was previously at. Chen Shang tried a few more times, but each time he would appear in the air, and the distance was about the same. It's already pretty good, you really helped me a lot. I wonder if it will be affected by the barrier and formation. In the past, Chen Shang was most afraid of being sealed within. No, in the past, when you used spatial energy to travel through space, you had to use your own spatial energy to construct a tunnel. However, this sky-shattering incantation day is a time of destruction, so no matter how you seal the space, it will be shattered. Xiao Shonglin said. This allowed Chen Shang to feel more at ease. Suddenly, the sky was covered by a thick black cloud, as if it had suddenly appeared. It was very clear just now. Why did it change so quickly? Chen Shang immediately looked towards the purple fire tree, only to see waves of suffocating and terrifying aura coming from it. They're fighting. Chen Shang was surprised. I need to go and take a look immediately. Chen Shang really did not think that Yu Weizhou and Zuo Xingfeng would fight so quickly. These people who were fighting had all cultivated out their spiritual energy, and now that they had started fighting, the terrifying energy caused the earth to tremble. There were many buildings around the purple fire tree, and they were all enveloped in a sea of fire and lightning. How terrifying! Chen Shang was shocked. I still underestimated their strength. As Chen Shang watched from a high altitude, he did not know how to intervene. Both sides were fighting in an extremely chaotic manner, and what made him feel inconceivable was that the purple fire tree was indeed very strong, as it was battered by waves of berserk energy, not one bit of it was damaged. It was just that many of the leaves on the purple fire tree were swaying due to the wind. Chapter 3757, The Battle of the Tree. Chen Shang had been watching the entire time, and he could feel the auras of Zuo Xingfeng and Yu Weizhou. Everyone is fighting with all their might. Chen Shang looked in the direction of Zuo Xingfeng's qi. In that direction was a purple flame sea, the flame that Zuo Xingfeng had released. Roar! A wave of sails came from afar. Creation Beast had arrived. There are Creation Beast inside the violet flame tree and they are all in the middle of a battle. This roar coming from afar, could it be that they are here to reinforce? Chen Shang rushed towards the direction where the beast roars came from with his fastest speed. Outside of Guangzhou was a barrier. It was not easy for beasts to come in on a large scale, but there would still be Creation Beast that could break in. It hasn't materialized yet. Chen Shang saw over a dozen giant tigers with gigantic wings fly over. Chen Shang took out the 6 Realms Mirrors S and immediately rushed forward. These huge tigers all cultivated immortal origin qi, and were not weak. If they joined the intense battle below, it would definitely give Zuo Xingfeng and the others a lot of pressure. We can be sure that they are a group of Creation Beast. Chen Shang realized, the more powerful the Creation Beast, the fewer times it would condense Dao Creation Holy Crystals. He could still see a lot of Dao Creation Holy Crystals on the giant hawk and the huge cow he had killed earlier. These giant flying tiger in front of him didn't have many of these characteristics, they were only claws and teeth, but these giant flying tiger were much stronger than the giant eagle and rhinoceros. I'll help out too. Xiao Shonglin came out from the Yuyao Manor, and then released 2 of his clones. Let's join hands, and release pressure on them to trap. Alright, Chen Shang also released 2 clones, floating in the air and surrounding the giant flying tiger. Begin, Xiao Shonglin shouted softly, and then, together with Chen Zhang's clone, they released the strongest pressure, surrounding more than a dozen of the giant tigers from all directions. Let's go down, Xiao Shonglin said. It's too easy to become a target from high altitude. The pressure that Chen Shang and the others had released formed into an invisible pressure cage trapped the gigantic tiger inside for more than 10 days, then they landed on the ground. A radius of 1,000 miles with the violet flame tree as the center had already been razed to the ground. The houses that were originally built on top of it were all blown away by the aftermath of the battle. Below, the atmosphere was very chaotic. This way, it wouldn't become an easy target. Now, we will begin to shrink the pressure and squeeze these tigers together, Chen Shang said. Xiao Shanglin nodded, and then tacitly pushed the pressure on the giant flying tiger further and further inside, squeezing the space within the giant flying tiger. No, these guys are still very strong. Xiao Shanglin frowned. If you want to use pressure to squeeze them to death, you will need a lot of time. Alright, I know what to do now. Chen Shang released 3 Crimson Fire Dragon S, allowing the 3 Crimson Fire Dragon to fuse and then soaring into the sky. Crimson Fire Dragon Seal, destroy. When the Crimson Fire Dragon rushed down, Chen Shang and Xiao Shanglin opened up an opening, allowing the Crimson Fire Dragon to enter into the pressure cage. Roar, roar, roar. The dozen or so tigers inside roared, and the Crimson Fire Dragon that collided with them turned into a sea of blood-colored lava, drowning the giant tigers within. Because of the pressure, the lava wouldn't leak out. The giant flying tiger quickly became a pile of bones. It's finally gone. Chen Shang heaved a sigh of relief, then controlled the blood-colored lava to transform back into Crimson Fire Dragon. Xiao Shanglin put away the bones that were burning hot. That was a very good refining material for her. After sensing that the giant flying tiger's aura had disappeared, Yu Weizhou and the others secretly heaved a sigh of relief and released their hands to fight. They had been waiting for the giant flying tiger's arrival the entire time, and now that the aura had disappeared, they could guess that it was Chen Shang who had acted. There will definitely be more creation beast next, Chen Shang said. The other trees in the Guangzhou all raise quite a few creation beast. They will all come one after another, so we have to stop them. All right, Xiao Shanglin said as she nodded, and then flew up into the sky with Chen Shang. Chen Shang controlled the 3 illusions to fly towards 3 different directions. This allowed him to sense the arrival of creation beast even faster. Master, you stay up there and watch. I'll go down and help, Chen Shang said. You have to be careful. Xiao Shanglin flew towards the violet flame tree. She realized that there were a lot of people hiding inside the violet flame tree. It was very safe inside. When Chen Shang came to the ground, he rushed towards Zuo Xingfeng. At this moment, there were 3 strong elders fighting with Zuo Xingfeng. Zuo Xingfeng, you short-sighted fellow, if we were to follow the Creation Beast clan, our future would definitely be limitless. As long as we can obtain the power of the Creation Beast's bloodline, we will no longer have to painstakingly refine pills, and just directly eat the violet flame tree, and the people who resist us, we will be able to quickly obtain power. An old man shouted loudly as he fought with Zuo Xingfeng. Is there any difference between this and an evil demon? Zuo Xingfeng laughed coldly. Eat people. Looks like you all have already lost yourselves. You guys are no longer following those creation beasts, but have been enslaved, and have lost your souls. Quote. Being surrounded and attacked by a few people, Zuo Xingfeng felt a lot of pressure. Previously, he was only able to deal with 2 people with ease, but he had still underestimated the power of Violet Flame Tree. Elder Zuo, I'm here. After Chen Shang came over, the 6 realms mirrors ruthlessly smacked down. Its shockwave exploded out, smashing an old man into pieces. That old man never expected that such a guy would appear, because under their control, the ones attacking the Violet Flame Tree were all surrounded and unable to strike. Well done. Zuo Xingfeng laughed out loud. Who are you? An elder immediately rushed to attack Chen Shang, asking angrily, his sword piercing towards Chen Zhang's chest, fast and ruthless, bringing with it a strange qi. Chen Shang blocked the attack and then released a clone, which flashed behind the old man and cut him in half. It's an avatar, an elder shouted in shock, and then he was surrounded by Chen Zhang's 2 clones, and killed by the 2 blades. After not being surrounded by so many people, Zuo Xingfeng felt much more relaxed. At this moment, Chen Shang and his 2 clones had teamed up and quickly turned the situation around, killing all of the old men who surrounded him just now. Let's go and help old Yu, Zuo Xingfeng said in a low voice. A sneak attack would be the best. Just as Chen Shang was about to go over, he sensed an aura from a distant illusory body that was probing. Elder Zuo, reinforcements have arrived again. Chen Shang said in a low voice. I will go and get rid of the reinforcements from the creation beast first. Just leave it to us here. After getting killed a few times just now, we'll be able to relax a lot. Zuo Xingfeng said, then quietly rushed in Yu Weizhou's direction. After Chen Shang flew high into the sky, he immediately sensed a stronger aura. Oh no, there's a wee creature creation beast that can cultivate God's origin chi. Chen Zhang's face suddenly became serious. Chapter 3758. Master, the guy this time won't be easy to deal with. Chen Shang looked in that direction. There is a humanoid creation beast, and a few extremely strong giant beasts. I'll give it to you as a human, leave the rest to me. Xiao Shanglin was fearless. Chen Shang and Xiao Shanglin immediately flew over, and stayed far away from the purple fire tree. This way, it wouldn't affect the people below. As expected, the reinforcements were being sensed by the same aura as Chen Shang. The leader was a man covered in scales, and when Chen Shang got closer, he could clearly feel his chi, which was the chi of a dragon. This guy is a dragon, he might not be easy to deal with. Chen Shang thought in his heart, while beside the man were 3 dragon tigers with dragon blood. They were not weak either. Master, you have to be careful. Chen Shang said. You too. Xiao Shanglin was not worried, she was extremely confident in her own strength. She was a heavenly incantation master. If she used all sorts of incantations in battle, it would be extremely terrifying. Are you here to stop me? Aren't you guys too weak? No wonder. You're too weak after all, so you didn't fight below. The white-scaled man mocked. You are a beast tamer. You guys have been sealed in that damned place, why did you run out to seek death? Chen Shang held onto the 6 realms mirrors and sneered. That's fine too, a guy like you, who's been sealed for so long, must have gotten tired of living, that's why you came to seek death. Arrogant human. The white-armored man let out a roar and a cold aura appeared. It was an ice dragon. Chen Shang rejoiced in his heart. If it was only the ice dragon, he simply had nothing to be afraid of, as his flames could melt all this ice. I want to be late for you a little. His arms turned into dragon claws and suddenly appeared in front of Chen Shang, grabbing at his face directly. He thought he could crush Chen Zhang's head with his hands. However, when his claws were just an inch away from Chen Zhang's face, he was suddenly struck by a huge force. Xiao Shanglin had already rushed out and released 2 clones to fight against the 3 dragon and tiger. Seeing that Xiao Shanglin was so powerful, the white-armored man wanted to stop Xiao Shanglin, but Chen Shang would not let him succeed. Chen Zhang's 6 realms mirrors flew out and struck the white-armored man, sending him flying. Chen Shang also released 2 clones and surrounded the white-armored man from 3 sides. Clone, this is the legendary mantra. Where did you get it? The white-armored man was surprised. He felt as though he had met an opponent. Chen Shang did not bother to pay attention to him. Instead, he released pressure from 3 different sides, sealing the white-armored man. Pressure mantra, HMPH, do you think you can take care of me like this? The white-armored man laughed loudly. He had condensed a lot of ice and made the ice more and more, so that he could use the ice that was continuously growing bigger to expand Chen Zhang's pressure cage. Innocent fellow, Chen Shang mocked and released 3 red fire dragoness. Seeing the 3 red fire dragoness, the white-armored man's face immediately became ashen, because he was very clear on the strength of the 3 red fire dragoness. The 3 red fire dragon opened their mouths and crazily sprayed out flames. The intense flames quickly melted the ice and seeped into the pressure cage. Ah! The white-armored man screamed crazily as the flames of the red fire dragon had already permeated into his body. You still want to eat me? How many people did you eat? Today you will be punished. Chen Shang bellowed, and the flames spewed by the red fire dragon became even stronger. A red ray of light shot through the white-armored man's body. Not long after, the ice dragon turned to dust. Xiao Shanglin had also resolved it. The 3 dragon and tigers were beaten up to a pulp by her, and in the end, they were killed by her, and their corpses were kept away. After that, Chen Shang and Xiao Shanglin both came to the surface. They wanted to quickly eliminate all of the spies below, and then, everyone would be able to join hands to deal with those beasts that had come to reinforce them. After Chen Shang and Xiao Shanglin joined the fray, the pressure on Zuo Xingfeng and the others lessened. They managed to take down more than 10 spies in an instant. It's a success. Zuo Xingfeng looked at the mess around him, and sighed, we've finally taken down the purple fire tree. Zuo Xingfeng's group only had around 20 people in total, but they had faced 40 to 50 opponents just now. They knew very well that if not for Chen Zhang's assistance, they would not have been able to withstand the reinforcements of the beasts. Chen Shang took out a few rebirth powders and gave them to the injured elders, telling them to heal their injuries. I will enter the purple fire tree and tell everyone a few things. I will let them know what kind of evil deeds those spies committed, and they actually want this person. Zuo Xingfeng did not know that these spies would have this thought before, but he did know that during the battle. This made him even more furious. Chen Shang, it's all thanks to you this time. Yu Weizhou said, if we can take down the purple fire tree now, we can definitely gather more people in the future, and then take back all the other divine trees. Medicine Creation Divine Continent is a good place, I do not wish to be destroyed by those people who are plotting against me. Chen Shang smiled slightly. Yu Weizhou said, I will patrol around with the others to see if there are any fish that escaped the net. There shouldn't be any in the purple fire tree, right? Chen Shang asked. If there are more inside, the tree soul will tell Elder Zuo. Furthermore, we don't even have to do anything then. Elder Zuo is absorbing the power of the purple fire tree and can become stronger, those guys are not his match at all. Yu Weizhou laughed. The purple fire tree contained boundless power. Although the purple fire tree could not attack, it could still lend its power to Zuo Xingfeng, so Zuo Xingfeng was invincible inside. This was also the reason why Zuo Xingfeng had to take down the purple fire tree. The tree soul will choose to help the people who truly protect the purple fire tree. Oh right, Chen Shang, I saw a lady earlier. She was also very strong. Yu Weizhou was extremely curious. That's my master. Chen Shang laughed, she is indeed very strong, it's just that she doesn't usually show herself. Of course I'm strong to be your master. Yu Weizhou's face was full of surprise. He never thought that Chen Zhang's master was actually a woman, and thought that she was an old fellow like him. The purple fire tree had already been taken down, so the beast creation race must already know that the two reinforcements that they had sent out were all gone. Now, Yu Weizhou was a little worried that there would be even stronger reinforcements. Yu Weizhou and Chen Shang had already split up and were patrolling the area. Zuo Xingfeng, on the other hand, was inside the purple fire tree, using the power of the purple fire tree to transmit his words to the person hiding inside the purple fire tree. Chapter 3759. Zuo Xingfeng had a very high reputation on the side of the purple fire tree, mainly because he was a strong pill god, and had created quite a few divine pills. Previously, when he bought the pill formulas of the Peak Dan, if they were to be sold, it would allow his prestige to rise even further. Chen Shang and Yu Weizhou circled around the purple fire tree, they had already seen many people coming out from it, and were going to rebuild the destroyed houses. Chen Shang, a scout just sent news over. There are many beasts gathered outside the enchantment of the Medicine Creation Divine Continent, all in groups of 3 or 5. I'm afraid even more beasts will arrive soon. Yu Weizhou said after meeting Chen Shang. I'll leave this place to you guys. I'll go out and see what the situation is. Chen Shang felt that with his current strength, he wouldn't have any problem dealing with beasts that could cultivate divine origin qi, even if it were humanoid beasts. If he were to face those people who had cultivated the complete world-defying stage divine source, he would not be a match for them. Previously, when he went to, if not for the tree soul S, he would have died there. Alright, but you have to be careful. If you find anything important, you'd better come back and tell us. Yu Weizhou said. Chen Shang turned into a gust of wind and rushed towards the place where the beasts were gathering. I wonder how Chief is doing, I've been looking for him, I really shouldn't have told him about the beast creation race back then. Chen Shang was worried that Chu Jinfeng would investigate the secrets of the beast creation race later on and get caught by the beast creation race. Right now, Chen Shang wanted to capture a higher-ups of the beast creation race so that Xiao Xianglin could search through that fellow's memories and see if there was any news of Chu Jinfeng. After leaving the enchantment of the Medicine Creation Divine Continent, Chen Shang sensed the aura of beast creation. Only an aura is concentrated in one direction. Didn't that scout say that there were multiple batches of beast tamers? After Chen Shang released the 3 illusions to sense them, he was once again sure that there was only one more. It's about time for this batch of creation beasts to gather. I'll go take a look first. Chen Shang had the spirit body fly at the very front, this allowed him to clearly investigate the situation of the spirit body. If it was the past, his illusion body would be easily discovered, but now his cultivation was also increasing, thus his illusion body would not be discovered so easily, even if he was someone who had cultivated in the world-defying stage divine source, it would be hard to discover. After Chen Zhang's illusion flew past, it immediately saw an altar that was as tall as a small mountain. This altar felt very familiar to him, and when he saw it, he immediately thought of the altar that sealed first beast creation ancestor. The altar that was sealing the first beast creation ancestor was much bigger than this altar, but it looked extremely similar, especially its overall shape and the carvings on it. What are they doing? Chen Shang saw that at the very top of the altar, there was a large wooden board, on top of which laid a person, with his arms and legs spread wide open. A closer look revealed that there was a human-shaped groove on the wooden board, and it was specially made for people to lie down on. He's performing a ceremony. Chen Shang was shocked. Those who were performing the ceremony looked like humans, but were in fact beasts that had transformed themselves. These kind of beasts that transformed themselves were all very strong. Chen Shang continued to observe what kind of ceremony they were performing. The beast in human form lying on the grooves on the wooden board was suddenly pressed down by a demonic red light. It looked like he was being pressured by a pressure, making him unable to move. The next scene shocked Chen Shang. He saw that the humanoid beast's two palms were actually nailed to the wooden board by two bloody spikes, and the humanoid beast's face was also filled with pain. It roared frantically. At first, he was only trying to nail down his palm, but after a lot of blood flowed out from his palm, he would nail down his entire body. There was a total of 81 nails, which were used to nail down this weary creature beast. The wooden board suddenly floated into the air. A layer of reddish-brown blood mist covered the back of the board, making it look extremely strange. The strange thing was, on the wooden board that was nailed down, there were many carvings on the surface of the beast's body. Chen Shang described this scene to Xiao Shanglan. "I'll take a look too." Xiao Shanglan also released her spirit body to observe from afar. Seeing that, she said in shock, "That is a legendary mantra. They are using a special method to engrave this humanoid creation beast into the legendary mantra. If I am not mistaken, they should be trying to let the humanoid creation beast master this kind of legendary mantra." Quote. The few elders who were at the top of the altar suddenly retreated. The entire altar was shining with a golden light, and a wave of hazy golden mist rose from it. Inside the altar are the Tao Creation's divine crystals, which are produced by the release of a large amount of the Tao Creation's divine crystals. Xiao Shanglan said, "Seems like they have an ancient method that allows people to quickly grasp legendary mantras. The legendary mantra could let people obtain a lot of strength, and Chen Shang was able to master several legendary mantra. This made him unrivaled amongst his peers. It seems like they realized that the people inside the purple fire tree are hard to deal with, so they used this method." Xiao Shanglan said, "We need to stop them. If they were to let all the humanoid beasts control the legendary mantra, it would not be a good thing." This ceremony only lasted for 4 hours before it ended. Although the weary creature beast that was nailed to the wooden board earlier lost a lot of blood, it was recovering well after absorbing the energy released by the large amount of Tao Creation holy crystals, and there were many runes on its body. He succeeded, Xiao Shanglan said. "I wonder what kind of legendary mantra it is. Something's not right. That humanoid beast seemed to have some intelligence, but now its eyes are lifeless, like a zombie." Chen Shang anxiously said. "That's right. His mind is already in control, and from the looks of it, he shouldn't be afraid of pain. When he picked up the nail, he didn't feel any pain at all. This is a very scary warrior," Xiao Shanglan said. The following person was a middle-aged man. When Chen Shang saw the middle-aged man, he shouted in his heart, this person was Chu Jinfeng. Chu Jinfeng's body was tied up with shining golden chains and was riddled with wounds. He was forced onto the wooden board. "Chief." Chen Shang finally saw Chu Jinfeng. He had already had a premonition that something bad had happened to Chu Jinfeng previously, but now, everything was as he expected. These bastards. Seeing Chu Jinfeng up there, Chen Shang was enraged and released his 2 clones, rushing over. The 6 realms mirrors floated above the altar, and in a moment, it was huge, like a huge mountain. The mirror shined down, and the killing array inside began to activate, releasing a burst of berserk energy. There were no attacks at the center of the altar. The few elderly men beside Chu Jinfeng who had thrown out their divine weapons to clash with the 6 realms mirrors' mirror and were repelled back. Many of the creation beasts around the altar suffered injuries after being attacked by the 6 realms mirrors' killing array. Chapter 3760. After the 6 realms mirrors' killing array stopped, Chen Shang had already rushed to the altar, and the many powerful auras surrounding the altar had already locked onto him, surrounded by countless of humanized beasts that had cultivated immortal qi. Just as they were about to attack, Chen Zhang's two clones, together with the red fire dragon, released the two heavenly dragon seals and started a fierce bombardment on both sides of the altar. When Chen Shang landed on the altar, the six realms mirrors shrank in size and frantically descended. It rushed to the altar even faster than Chen Shang and sent a few elders who were flying and were about to attack Chen Shang flying, allowing Chen Shang to smoothly land on the altar. The altar was in a mess. Chen Zhang's two clones were locked onto by many powerful beasts. Suddenly, the altar shook, and then the entire ground started shaking. A powerful pressure came down, and the trees in the forest around the altar were instantly crushed. The towering mountains were also flattened. Originally, there were many mountains and forests within 100 miles. However, they had all been flattened in that instant. Chen Shang stood on top of the altar. After feeling the pressure, he immediately used all his strength to resist, but he was still struck fiercely by the attack, causing him to spew out a large mouthful of blood. Damn it, this power is too strong. What is this guy's background? We respectfully welcome the clan emperor. Many of the humanoid creatures kneeled on the ground and began to shout with a pious look on their faces. The emperor of the beast creation race. Chen Shang immediately guessed that it was this guy. If the people from the beast creation race were already so terrifying, then what about the goblin emperor? At this moment, the earth was trembling, and the air around them seemed to have been sucked out, making it hard to breathe. Chen Shang, leave quickly. Don't worry about me. Chu Jinfeng also asked Chen Shang through the sound transmission due to the extremely strong pressure. Chen Zhang's other two clones were already suppressed by the pressure and were unable to get up. Don't worry, I can take you with me. Chen Shang grabbed Chu Jinfeng along with the wooden board, then used the power of the red fire dragon to allow himself to sprint forward. The other two doppelgangers followed suit. As they sprinted, the space in front of them suddenly collapsed, and they disappeared into it. This is the sky-shattering incantation. After Chen Shang and his two clones entered the broken space, they smoothly appeared in another place. He and his two clones were in two different places, and they were both quite a distance away from each other. I'm finally safe. Chen Shang looked at the dense fog in the distance. Chen Shang pulled out all of the spikes from Chu Jinfeng's body and burned the wooden board along with the spike. Then, he brought Chu Jinfeng to Medicine Creation Divine Continent. The other two clones also left for the Medicine Creation Divine Continent. They would meet up there. Chu Jinfeng was in the Six Realms Mirrors' body, soaking in a jade vat. Inside the vat were a large number of rebirth powder, healing the serious injuries on his body. Chu Jinfeng had already fainted earlier. His injuries were severe. After searching for Yu Weizhou, he told Yu Weizhou about the altar and the ceremony he saw, as well as the matter regarding the beast creation race emperor. And the clan emperor is outside. He seems to be very strong. If he was the kind of guy who cultivated world-defying stage divine source, then it would be difficult to deal with him. Yu Weizhou was worried. This guy must have cultivated the world-defying stage divine source. Chen Shang had met such an opponent before, so he could confirm with his chi that the beast creation race's royal family was stronger than the guy he killed before. Actually, we don't have to worry too much. The tree soul on the divine tree is still very strong. It was because of the tree soul locking down the young man from initial god creation realm that Chen Shang had succeeded last time. That young man was still sealed inside his Six Realms mirrors. I'll go talk to old Zuo. Yu Weizhou left quickly. Chen Shang was also inside the purple fire tree. He had a cave by himself. It was very spacious inside. When he released Chu Jinfeng's complexion looked much better. You saved me again. Chu Jinfeng laughed at himself. Alliance head, don't talk about me like this, we are good friends. Chen Shang also felt a little guilty in his heart. If I didn't tell you about beast creation race, you wouldn't have investigated. If you didn't investigate, you wouldn't have encountered such a thing. Even if you didn't say it, I would have known sooner or later. Chu Jinfeng sighed. I never thought that beast creation race would be so evil. Alliance Master, what did you find in the beast creation race? Chen Shang was actually very curious about this. Chu Jinfeng must have found out about something and got caught. Beast creation race was created by another type of power in the Nine creation race. Chu Jinfeng said. I'm not too sure about the specifics. I know that beast creation race is not affected by the Chuangyuan Qi, and there is also the evil creation bloodline in beast creation race, which accounts for half of all the bloodlines in beast creation race. The first beast creation ancestor also had the evil blood. He never thought that the beast creation race was also like that. I suspect that the beast creation race was created by some fellows for the sake of experiment. With half of the evil creation bloodline in their body and beast blood in their bodies, it means that they can easily turn into killing evil beast. Chu Jinfeng said. Chen Shang himself was very clear just how terrifying a killing evil beast was. It could increase one's strength by a lot, but Chen Shang could deal with it. Chief, what was that ceremony they did? Chen Shang asked. It's called the beast slave ceremony, which can only be performed after transforming into a human or beast. As long as you pass it, you will become stronger, and you can even control a legendary mantra. You might even become a killing evil beast in the future. Chu Jinfeng said. In fact, I am a special case in beast creation race because I do not possess the evil creation bloodline. I only possess the beast blood and the creation god bloodline. Chu Jinfeng had also said before, that he was taken in as a disciple by the Tao creation divine lord later on before he went back to awaken the beast blood. That beast king is truly terrifying. When Chen Shang thought back to it, he felt a lingering fear. If he can transform into a killing evil beast, of course he can. Moreover, he has a very special type of killing evil beast. When Chu Jinfeng talked about the beast king, his face showed fear. Why is it special? Chen Shang asked. He has the evil creation saint body. Chu Jinfeng said as he furrowed his brows, this means that he can restrain all of the creation races. This way, as long as those creation races do not listen to him, he can quickly kill them all. He can command all of the creation races. This fellow is really incredible. Chen Shang was also shocked. It was actually the evil creation saint body, and it was a evil beast that was killing. This is the same as first beast creation ancestor. What kind of beast is he? Is it a dragon? Quote, Chen Shang was unable to discern it from the aura previously, but he did not sense any dragon's aura. He himself had cultivated in killing evil dragon before, so he was quite familiar with the aura of killing evil dragon. No, actually, I don't know either, because he never revealed his true form. Chu Jinfeng said. He has already cultivated up to the world-defying stage divine source, but his plan is to make himself stronger, then head to the initial god creation realm, and eat everyone from the various great creation races inside. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content.